Yeah, check it out, check it out.
He's locked in.
Yeah, check it. Hot damn black America again. Think of Sandra Bland as I'm staring in the wind. The color of my skin, they comparing it to sin. The darker it gets, the less fair it has been. The hate made, I inherited from them. But I ain't gonna point the finger. We got anointed singers like Nina, Marvin, Billy, Stevie. Need to hear them songs. Sometimes to believe me, who freed me? Lincoln a Cadillac, drinking a battle raps. Or is it Godspeed that we travel at? Endangered in our own habitats. Them guns and dope, man. Y'all can have it back. As a matter of fact, we them lab rats you built the projects for. Now you want your hood back. I guess if you could rap, you would express it too. That PTSD, we need professionals. You know what pressure do. It makes the pipes bust. From schools to prison, y'all. They trying to pipe us to your political parties and fight us. Instead of making voting laws to spite us. You know, we from a family of fighters. Fought in your wars and our wars. You put a nigga in Star Wars. Maybe you need two. And then maybe then we'll believe you. See black people in the future. We wasn't shipped here to rob and shoot ya. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women are created equal, including black Americans. Yeah, that's black America again. I'm gonna do another verse for me. Check it out too. From the same thing. Check it out. Keep that beat roll. Yo, we go here. We go. Here we go again. Trayvon will never get to be an older man. Black children, they childhood stole from them. Robbed of our names and our language. Stole again. Who stole the soul from black folk? Same man that stole the land from cheap black smoke and made the whip crackle on our back slow. Made us go through the back door and raffle black bodies on the slave blocks. Now we slave to the blocks, cause on them we spray shots. Leaving our own to lay in a box. Black mother stomach staying or not. We kill each other more than the cops. I wish the hating would stop. We are at war and a battle with us. I know that black lives matter. Do they matter to us? These are the things we gotta discuss. The new plantation, mass incarceration. Instead of educate, they rather convict the kids. As dirty as the water in Flint the system is. Is it a felony? Or a misdemeanor? Maria Sharapova making more than Serena. It took Viola Davis to say this. The roles of the help and the gangsters is really all they gave us. We need Avas, Ta-Nehisi's, and Cory Bookers. The salt of the earth to get us off of sugar and greasy foods. I don't believe the news or radio stereotypes we refuse. Brainwashed in the cycle to spin. We write our own story, Black America again.
Here's the difference. What is the difference between a black revolution and a Negro revolution? First, what is a revolution? Sometimes I'm inclined to believe that many of our people are using this word revolution loosely, without taking careful consideration what this word actually means and what its historic characteristics are. When you study the historic nature of revolutions, the motive of a revolution, the objective of a revolution, and the result of a revolution, and the methods used in a revolution, you may change words. You may devise another program. You may change your goal and you may change your mind. Look at the American Revolution in 1776. That revolution was for what? For land. How was it? Why did they want land? Independence. How was it carried out? Bloodshed. Number one, it was based on land. The basis of independence. And the only way they could get it was bloodshed. The French Revolution, what was it based on? The landless against the landlord. What was it for? Land. How did they get it? Bloodshed. Was no love lost. Was no compromise. Was no negotiation. I'm telling you, you don't know what a revolution is. Because when you find out what it is, you'll get back in the alley. You'll get out of the way. Russian Revolution. What was it based on? Land. The landless against the landlord. How did they bring it about? Bloodshed. You haven't got a revolution that doesn't involve bloodshed. And you're afraid to bleed. I said you're afraid to bleed. Long as the white man sent you to Korea, you bled. He sent you to Germany, you bled. He sent you to the South Pacific to fight the Japanese, you bled. You bleed for white people. But when it comes time to seeing your own churches being bombed and little black girls murdered, you haven't got no blood.
What is good, my people? We are live back with another live broadcast on the forecast. How you doing? What's up, Catherine and friends? Thank you for coming. My brother Seymour Slang Nocturnal. What up, my brother? And shout out to everybody who come in and who will come in or whoever watching. And before I start, make sure y'all subscribe to the backup channel, the Forecast Radio 24. I planned on doing a premiere after this, but I don't know if they're gonna let me upload it or not. So hey, Catherine. So if not, if I can't get it up tonight, I'll probably put it up tomorrow. But I'm gonna still try to get it up so it premiere after this go off. But yeah, so yeah, I want to get into the topic. And look, today, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna stick to the topic. I don't know how many of y'all was listening to the last show or whatever, and I know many of y'all were probably listening to the last show, and this not gonna be one of those kind of shows, Now I gave y'all 3 different kind of shows, you know what I'm saying, to have those debates, but at some point, we got to stop. And the only person when I have these conversations, and like I said, it's a method to the madness, but and the only person who I would have to apologize for the last show is my sister Raw. And I don't know if she listening, but when she come in, I'm gonna tell her, because she was the only one that had sense enough to like leave the show. We all should have probably left the show because we was having a conversation that isn't productive, that's never going to produce nothing. And then we wonder why we are in the situation that we are, because we only want to have certain kind of conversations with each other that won't be productive, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? I totally get it. And it's like I said, man, like, but the thing is, though, like the show I did with Ben, that was probably the best show that I did on here. And I know I'm getting like shadow banned and all of that stuff right now. But if you look at the numbers just for the people who watch me now, compared to that show and the one I did with Ben, you know what I'm saying? That's the mind frame that we are right now as a people, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, because on that show, we not only talked about technology, like if you're into the tech field, we talked about what they thought were the next fields that you can get into. But even if you don't know anything about tech, that's just showing you, if you pay attention, where you could put your money, your investments in, where you can put it in, exactly, Slang Nocturnal. So and if Raw was the only one who knew better but to walk up off that show, you know what I'm saying? But me, I'm convinced is because we are scared to do anything, you know what I'm saying? Because the more time we sit here arguing about different stuff that won't get us anywhere, it's the more time that we won't get anywhere. We're spending these times talking instead of arguing. Then people turn around and say, all we do is talk, all we do is talk. But look, at the bottom line is, right? Yeah, and I kind of let it go that way because that's where we are, like as a people together. Things are gotten out of hand pretty bad, you know what I'm saying, right now. So that's just where we are, and like we spend this time talking about doing stuff, like, and the thing is, right, if you feel like you FBA and people should only build stuff for Black Americans, okay, like for me, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I support that. That's fine. Go build something strictly for Black Americans and don't really like debate somebody on why you should or shouldn't, because it's not up to nobody except for what you decide that you think is important. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, like with the Pan African, like, if you feel like, yo, I need to invest my money in this place or that place, then I say that you go ahead and do it because I support it. And the people who say both, I support both of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that once we build these things, see, we don't have to sit here and argue about which one we should do. You know what I'm saying? You should build into what you believe in. And I don't understand why we have to feel the need to tell other people what to believe in. People are going to have their ideologies, but we all just get caught up. And what I think is it's just that we want to sit here and debate about things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that our ideologies don't have to be caught up in it like that, because if I want to build a library, you know what I'm saying? Like if my brother Slang Not Turner want to build a library, I don't really concern with your ideology. Like we want to build a Black library. We agree what we consider Black is, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason why we use these terms. Because if you're this and you're that, I can't say that I'm that thing, you know what I'm saying? But we can say that we united. Yo, what's going on, Tanzan? And I got a shout out to Tanzan because she all put in work. And I'm gonna put the link on that, but I'm gonna show some stories and we're gonna stick to the topic today because I want to update some cases that I done on some of the premieres that I did, and some of these cases I've updated. But I do want to tell the story that I came across. It's the story because shout out to MG2. He the importance of telling stories is actually, what I'm saying, the truth, and we learn a lot of stuff from this story. So forgive me for however it come out, what I'm saying, but I'm gonna try this and see how it works, what I'm saying. So it's the story about the alligator and the crocodile, what I'm saying. So a long time ago, a group of alligators and crocodiles, they all lived in the same place. Now they had their own areas, what I'm saying. Crocodiles do the crocodile thing, alligators do their own thing. But although they had their individual customs and stuff, and they would clash every now and then, of course, people like, things are going to clash, that's just what life is. But for the most part, they got along together because they live in an environment with so many resources, what I'm saying. And not only was the food abundant and they didn't have to compete, they knew who they were. They may have to fight a hippo every now and then, because that's the only thing that can kill them. But they knew who they were. They knew they were the apex predators, right? So they went around bragging like, we've been here for 200 million years, that everywhere they go, we've been here for 200 million years. We was the dinosaurs, we was the original of all the living reptiles, we was the first ones. We are the, what I'm saying, we was the dinosaurs. What can I tell you? And so, every now and then the alligators and crocodiles would debate each other. The crocodiles got to rub it in, like, we came here first, we was here first, and alligators come from us. But the alligators would be like, that's some BS. Y'all don't come from us. But for the most part, they agreed. They knew who they were. They were the apex predators. They've been around for 200 million years. They was the dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? So even though they lived apart, what I'm saying, the only time they would really cross paths is when they would, hunt for food, So they would see each other when they're going to eat. So one day, this young crocodile and this young alligator were hunting in the same area. And then out of nowhere, they saw this huge anaconda, like, like one of them prehistoric anacondas, like the movie with Ice Cube, but times 10, like just a crazy big anaconda. And it was over there eating up all the birds, all the fish, it was just eating up a lot of food, So neither one of them could have beat the anaconda on their own. And if they worked together, maybe they could have beat them, but they probably would have lost, But they wasn't even on that tip anyway, because it's the crocodiles, and the other one was like, I'm the alligator, So both of them went back to their groups to warn the other. So when the young alligator went back, to go tell the others. He said, you know, y'all don't understand how dangerous this is. There's this huge anaconda that I never seen before, and we don't know what could happen. I think we should put our issues to the side with the crocodiles and, just to beat this one snake, just to get it out of this environment. And then we'll go back to how it was. But they laughed at him, they laughed him out the room like, yo, this is just one snake. We are alligators. We've been here for 200 million years. Plus, I don't care if it's a million anacondas, I'll never work with those crocodiles. They was like they too arrogant. They think they come from us, they always talking crap. But then one of the elder alligators stood up and said, I understand we are different, but we've never seen a predator like this. We don't know if it could have kids. We don't know what it might do. We don't know if it's going to contaminate the environment. Maybe we should reconsider working with the alligators just to keep our land safe. And he was like, after all, we are in the crocodilian family. But, of course, they laughed at him. You know what I'm saying? They was like, he was crocking, y'all call it cooning, but they was like, he was crocking. So some of them was like, that's over there where the crocodiles eat. That's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? Why would I stand up and go fight the snake? That's their issue. You know what I'm saying? And one of them was like, I'm not a crocodilian, I'm a reptile. We all reptiles, that snake is a reptile. I'm a reptile. We good, like we all reptiles. Another person, another one of them stood up and was like, yo, what about the caimans? Aren't they crocodilians too? You know what I'm saying? Like, but they laughed them pretty much out the room, like, this is just one snake. We was the alligators. We've been here for 200 million years. They can't beat one snake can't beat us. So when the young crocodile got back to warn his people, he said the same thing. Like, maybe we should put our issues with the alligators to the side and, just to stop this anaconda. And they laughed at him. Like, we the crocodiles. We've been here for 200 million years. We ain't worry about one little snake. Plus, I'm not no alligator. Their skin isn't thick as ours. We're faster, we're stronger, we're smarter, you know. And again, a crocodile elder stood up and was like, we must reconsider. We don't know what could happen. We are all crocodilians. But the rest of them start laughing at him. They called him like a gator head. They called him like Wally the Gator, TikTok, the crocodile from, the one from Peter Pan or whatever. So, they laughed them out the room too. Now, the snake already knew that the snake was by itself. So he knew he couldn't beat the crocodiles or the alligators by itself. But now there was three apex predators in the area. Now the resources are real slim. So they got to compete for the resources, and more, they push each other into more territory. So, they're more fighting for the food a little bit more. And, if you know about alligators and crocodiles, the crocodiles are a little bit more aggressive than alligators, well, that's what they say. And, they haven't survived 200 million years for nothing. So, one day while it was like three, crocodiles over there, hunting or whatever, and the snake was just sitting back watching the whole environment the whole time. And when they went to go get the food, the anaconda just came up and took it. So one of them said something like, look, man, like, we run this environment, you know what I'm saying? We was the dinosaurs. We've been here. You got to do what we say or we'll kill you right now. But what they don't know is the snake had already set them up. The snake was already planning since it got there. And, it killed two of them. And one of them went back to warn the others. Now, the crocodiles was pissed. They was going to go get revenge. But that same young alligator who saw the anaconda the first time and went back to warn the others, he saw them kill it. And so he went back like, yo, I knew this was going to happen. If the crocodiles is killed off, we definitely going to be next. We all crocodilians, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know the snake is not with us, even though it's a reptile, the snake is not the same as us, you know. But what he didn't know, because he was crocking, he was cooning before, and they kept him out the loop, was the snake already approached the alligators. You know, he said, "It's too many predators in this area, and the crocodiles think they control everything. Plus, it's a lot more of them, and it's just one of me. And I already know you tired of them trying to rub it in their face that, you know, they're better than you, they're stronger, their skin is thicker, and all of this stuff. Like, you could be the first reptiles, you know, you don't got to worry about them, you know." And he was like, if we work together, it could be more food for us, you know, like than ever before. So when the crocodiles went to go get revenge, they were ambushed by the alligators and the anaconda, and they slaughtered them. Now the alligators felt like, yo, it's just one snake, right? We could take them out anytime we want. But they felt good about their victory against the crocodiles, you know. But the snake, while they were celebrating, the snake knew it could only be one apex predator. And even though an anaconda is an anaconda, a snake is still a snake. So, you know, it didn't take long for the alligators to see how much they really did have in common with the crocodiles. Like, they had limbs. The snake ain't have no limbs. Like, they swam the same way, you know, pretty much hunted. The ecosystem worked well because they balanced each other out, you know. But they didn't realize that until they were gone. And it was still got worse because the snake was the foreign one to the ecosystem, and he was corrupting the ecosystem, and it wasn't the crocodiles after all. And they didn't realize it was all connected, everything connected to each other. They didn't realize that until the end. So once they realized it was the anaconda who was toxic and the one poisoning the environment, and he was the one foreign to it, you know, they were planning the attack, but the anaconda was already more confident because, you know, the crocodiles were already out the way. So, you know, he used to just push the alligators more and more, you know, and they all agreed just to get rid of him. But the anaconda already knew what was going to happen and prepared. See, after the massacre of the crocodiles, the snake approached the hippos because he knew they were the only one left in the environment that could kill an alligator. So he said that, you know, these crocs, you know what I'm saying? Now that now that the crocodile's gone, you know, alligators are your only threat, you know, and it's just one of me. And I promise I won't hurt you, you know. Like, you eat grass, we eat two different things. We are the only ones competing, and they attack you. Besides, I know y'all tired of hearing that we was around 200 million years ago. You know what I'm saying? We was the dinosaurs, because even if he was, what does that got you? Look where we are today. We about to run this ecosystem today. You know what I'm saying? This ain't 200 million years ago. Now, you know, he was like, you know, if you just trust me, I'll lure them in to where you can get to them, you know. And sure enough, he did, and he slaughtered them. So, you know, just to end the story, now the few alligators and crocodiles who understood they were crocodilians and knew they had to put their issues to the side, they survived, you know. But even though they both been around for 200 million years, and they may have been the dinosaurs, they may have been, but today they are an extinct species. You know, they are an endangered species. And right now on Earth, there's only one place where crocodiles and alligators still live together, and most times it's going to be in a zoo or a protected area. So yeah, man, I just had to get y'all up on that story real quick, man. And you know, my fault if it took so long. I don't know how y'all felt about that, but you know, that's just my try at it. But yeah, we're gonna get into the topic, and I'm gonna put the link in the chat. And I'm gonna because Bio Drip, you talked about it earlier about that brother, Peter, a Jamaican brother who got you know, got killed on a hunting trip. So it was that case and a couple more cases I just wanted to show y'all updates on, and then we're gonna get off of here because you know, today we're gonna stick to the topic for whoever come on. So anybody can come on. Yeah, so I don't know how y'all feel about that story. If y'all have any commentary, y'all could say something about it. But yeah, we're gonna get into the first topic so we don't be on here all night. But yeah, like I was saying, the brother Peter Spencer, um, a vial drip, your device is not connected. It's not letting me add you on. But yo, peace Tanzan, Rasheed Holmes, viral drip, Bakari, Grease with Fire. I think that's the American Inside the Mailer, Bakari. Yo, what's going on, viral drip?
What's going on, folks?
Not much, not much. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. What
All
we
right.
talking about tonight?
Yeah, so yo, you mentioned it earlier on Bakari's show, and y'all should check that show out too. But we was talking about that brother Peter Spencer, and how they it was an update in his case. So I wanted, and I was talking about his case, so I wanted to bring people the update about how they justified that shooting. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to show a couple videos on it. Yo, appreciate it, Slang Nocturnal. But yeah, so I'm gonna share my screen and show a couple of screen shares about it, and then I'm gonna show a couple of more cases too, because I want us to see what happened, like, because I understand we do have to hold ourselves accountable, but what happens when we don't hold other people accountable too, and what keeps happening over and over. So let me show this first video.
The big story tonight, the DA saying no.
Hey, Mom, if I could talk.
Saying no charges will be filed in the death of Peter Spencer.
It's a case of self-defense, according to the Venango County DA. Chris Hoffman found out police think drugs may have altered Spencer's behavior.
According to DA Sean White, it was a camping trip between Peter Spencer, his friend, and 3 other people. It ended with Spencer dead, the only person of color, and that's what had a lot of people questioning what happened.
We've also overseen this investigation to make sure that there isn't any hate and or bias detected throughout this investigation. And I can tell you right now, there has not been any sort of hate and or bias detected.
Police say during that camping trip back in December, everyone was drinking around a campfire. They say Peter Spencer allegedly took psychedelic mushrooms brought by someone else, then grabbed his AK-47.
It was the last 10 minutes where his demeanor escalated to the point of no reasoning, loss of reality, and absolutely no listening to try and de-escalate the situation.
Witnesses say Spencer was shooting the gun in the air and then ordered the other campers to get firewood. He's also accused of taking some of the campers' keys and phones, and at one point ordered one person on the ground at gunpoint. Police say Spencer's friend tried to intervene, and that's when Spencer pointed the assault rifle at him. His friend then fired 11 rounds from his pistol, 9 of which hit Spencer and killed him.
11 bullets in that gun under a fight or flight type of emotion would have been taken about 2 to 2.5 seconds to be emptied from that firearm. This is not a lengthy amount of time.
The DA says the autopsy and interviews with neighbors backed up the campers' stories of self-defense in this case.
This is not a case where he was shot once, disabled, and then somebody went on up and executed him after that.
Now, according to investigators, there were questions about whether Spencer was the one who brought the AK-47, along with another assault rifle, to the camp. But because of previous investigations by the state attorney general, as well as the ATF involving Spencer, they were able to determine it was his gun.
The ATF is responding to a whole nother incident and or active investigation. They were involved far before the victim even came to Venango County.
Meanwhile, police say there's still an ongoing investigation into the drugs brought to the camp. According to state police, there could still be charges filed because of the drugs that were in possession of people during this camping trip. And Franklin.
Right. So, pretty much they saying this brother, so I want y'all to see some of these comments, because I'll be telling y'all all the time about the comments. He said, so while sad, I get the shooting. They found mushrooms in his system, so he didn't take them. There is no denying it. Some people have bad trips, and it's sad he had one with a gun in his hand. It's funny, he's the only one that had a bad trip, right? And so he had time to shoot the gun in the air, make the bands, and then point the gun at his friends, and not shot a single shot at them while trippy off shrooms. So yeah, why it takes so long to come out? Funny how the dead guy's the only one that have bad trips, you know. So, you know, I just wanted to show y'all some of the comments, and there's one more video to this.
Hey, it's Roxy. Did you ever feel like you were in a rut and you just need...
Attorney here in Venango County went into great detail about why he did not have evidence to file any criminal charges in the shooting of Peter Spencer. He says Spencer went into a drug-fueled rage, threatening to kill others at the camp, and he was also randomly firing an assault rifle at others who were at the camp.
He couldn't even get it right.
3 months ago, Jamaican immigrant Peter Spencer was shot at a rural hunting camp. And since then, rumors of how he died have been flying across social media.
I've seen the narratives out there where 6 white hunters lured somebody from the big city and set him loose in the woods and then ambushed him. It's absolutely false.
Venango County DA Sean White says Spencer was shot by his friend who had invited him to the camp. He says Spencer took hallucinogenic mushrooms and, according to witnesses, started acting crazy, firing dozens of rounds from an AK-47 that he had purchased illegally. When other campers tried to get away, Spencer ordered them to stay at gunpoint. That's when Spencer's friend shot him 9 times with a pistol while facing him.
He was not ambushed. There were not multiple shooters. There was one. And thus far, ballistics and the autopsy has again confirmed what the witnesses' statements were from that night.
So why did it take 3 months to finalize the investigation?
This is a lawyer,
White
the
says
DA.
the autopsy report was critical, but he did not receive it until February 25th.
I have not delayed these proceedings.
The State Police Heritage Affairs Unit, which investigates hate crimes, was also involved in the case.
These individuals were solely friends. They were here for a camping trip, and that's why we indicated that there was no hate and or bias attached to this.
Action News investigators reported in January that there appeared to be a surveillance camera at the hunting cabin where this all happened, pointing out at the area where Spencer's body was found. But the DA said today that that camera was actually a dummy camera and there was no video of the shooting. Reporting live in Franklin, Venango County, Paul Van Osdale, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Paul, thank you. Earlier, the family of Peter Spencer sat with state police for hours discussing the outcome of their investigation.
And only Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Chaney Chapman spoke with Spencer's mom about no charges being filed in her son's death, and she's joining us now live with that part of the story. Chaney?
Yes, before that press conference, Peter Spencer's family met here to talk with the Venango County District Attorney. DA Sean White says no charges will be filed in this homicide case involving a Jamaican immigrant who was shot 9 times. Like, I spoke with the family exclusively today, and they say they are in disbelief. Isilda Spencer Hunter says her heart hurts, but she won't stop fighting for justice for her son, Peter Spencer. He was shot 9 times in Venango County back in December. The Venango County District Attorney told Spencer's family no charges will be filed in the homicide case.
I'm like dead right now. That's how I feel, dead. No emotion, nothing, and then trying to protect my other son.
They say Spencer went to hang out with a friend and 3 others a day before his body was found in Rockland Township. Officials say several people were detained by police but then released. Authorities are now saying their findings show this is a case of self-defense and a justified killing under Pennsylvania's Castle Doctrine or Stand Your Ground, including an amendment added in 2011 that eliminates the duty to retreat and creates a presumption that a victim acted responsibly in defending him or herself. The family's attorney, Paul Jubis, does not agree. Did you expect this outcome?
Yeah, nothing has changed. You know, this is the same situation that we were in previously.
Dr. Cyril Wecht, who did a private autopsy, says Spencer was shot twice in the back. I just got off the phone with Dr. Wecht a short time ago, and he stands by this statement. The DA says the medical examiner found 2 entry wounds in Spencer's back, but said the shots were consistent with someone falling forward.
Upon a complete review of the autopsy report, the location and trajectory of these wounds are consistent with the suspect's statements and support that Spencer was initially facing the suspect when the shooting began, and then proceeded to twist and turn and fall in the plane of gunfire.
Yeah, it's called running away when you're getting shot. But yeah, so pretty much y'all see this story right here. And like, yeah, let's see more. And that's the thing about this, right? So they didn't even think about what they're saying. The person that murdered him would have to be high on shrooms, and all of their witnesses will have to be high on shrooms, but they're blaming his death because he was high on shrooms. So it's only counting against one person, even if you think about their story. But I'm sure all of you heard it. So yeah, Viral Drip, you got something to say about that one?
I thought it's kind of convenient that the camera was a dummy camera. It makes me wonder if they're hiding something. Yeah, this whole story don't even sound right, man. Who take mushrooms and then go out hunting with automatic rifles? That shit don't even sound right to me, man. But one thing I will say, I would never put myself in a situation like that. I had somebody ask me that once. One of my managers, I was working at this job, we got into it. She gets on the phone and calls her husband. And then she comes back later asking me, telling me that my husband want me to go with their friends to go out hunting. I just looked at her like she was crazy. Yeah. I definitely question why would he put himself in that situation.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what I'm saying? That's this question we got to start asking ourselves. But, you know, of course, we don't think that like us, we divide ourselves in so many different ways, you know. But when the people that we try to call allies and our friends and stuff, like these are the people and this is what they do. And, you know, like y'all said, the whole story don't make sense. Like he was shooting the gun in the air, then he pointed it at him, told him to get down on the ground. And then they had time to get up and shoot him, and then, you know, shot him in the back somehow, you know, which is consistent with him coming forward. You know, I guess they hit one of those looper shots, you know, that from that movie, you know, but all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's self-defense, you know, because he was the only one tripping off these shrooms. Maybe how do they not know that they was tripping and all of what they saying is BS, you know, or any of that? But like I said, that's the story that they have to go on, and of course they're gonna stay on code, but you know they're gonna find any kind of reason to justify it. And this is just the first story I wanted to update, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go to the next one. But you got anything else to say about this one?
No, you can go to the next one. That's just crazy that he would even trust them like that.
Yeah, we're, you know, that's the thing. We are very trusting people except for with each other, you know. But let me see. So this is another story that I did a while ago that is a recent update, but I'm gonna go back and play what happened, update y'all what happened, but I'm gonna play what happened before.
Out during the investigation, they warranted the murder charge.
She was in fear of her life. She felt that she needed to pull that gun to defend herself.
Well, police call it murder, but the woman charged in the crime calls it self-defense.
Well, tonight, 21-year-old Hannah Payne is behind bars. Clayton County detectives say she crossed the line when she confronted a hit-and-run driver with her gun, and he ended up dead.
Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz joins us live from Clayton County. Jacqueline, Payne's attorney is disputing the police version of events.
Yeah, she's describing, as she's being described tonight, as a woman who needed to defend herself from a violent man during the encounter. But police tonight are saying in the press conference that she was the aggressor here. And why She ultimately was responsible for the shooting death of a 62-year-old man.
Hannah Payne, charged with murder without malice.
21-year-old Hannah Payne seemed to have tears in her eyes as she appeared in court for a charge of murder. Clayton investigators say Payne went too far when she drove after a car involved in a hit and run and confronted the getaway driver. 62-year-old Kenneth Herring shot dead.
Based on the facts and circumstances that come out during the investigation, they warranted the murder charge. The information I've received is that she was trying to get him to return to the scene.
Tuesday evening, Clayton police explained why Payne should be behind bars. Detectives say Payne witnessed a hit and run near Clark Howell Highway and Highway 85 when the 62-year-old hit a car and fled. They say Payne, a stranger, did call 911 and followed Herring for a mile to the corner of Riverdale Road and Forest Parkway, where she allegedly used her Jeep to block him in. Investigators say she got out of her car, had her gun, and confronted him. And during an argument and a struggle, her gun was discharged and Herring was shot and killed.
It just seems like it's an unfortunate situation of a good Samaritan trying to stop a person on a hit and run. She was in fear of her life. She felt that she needed to pull that gun to defend herself.
Defense counsel Matt Tucker disputes the police version of events and argues that Herring turned violent during the encounter. Clayton investigators say they're still investigating her version.
It's my contention that it was a struggle that ensued, and that's his part of pulling her into the vehicle and grabbing on her and making comments to her. She had a ripped shirt, she had scratch marks on her, she had a mark on her face. There should be handprints of his and hers on the gun.
Chances are you stop.
All right, so pretty much this white girl, she hunted down this 63-year-old black man, you know, and called herself trying to make him go back to the scene, and then shot and killed this old man while he was in his car, and then called it self-defense. But I'm gonna play one more video.
Involved in a deadly shooting after a traffic accident in Clayton County will move forward. Prosecutors say Hannah Payne chased down a hit-and-run driver earlier this month. Minutes later, he was dead. Now the 21-year-old is charged with murder. Fox 5's Caitlin Pratt is live outside the courthouse with the latest on this case. Caitlin?
Hello, Portia. Good afternoon to you. Yes, an emotional morning here in Clayton County Courthouse. The victim bursting into tears as what happened on May 7th was relayed to the court. Handcuffed and sobbing into a tissue, Hannah Payne reacts to a Clayton County detective's account of what became a deadly driver encounter at a busy intersection.
What does the 911 lady say?
Yeah, at that particular time, the 911 dispatcher repeatedly was telling Payne to remain at the original incident location where it's safer.
Investigators say the 21-year-old went too far when she drove after a truck involved in a fender bender, blocking Kenneth Herring in on the side of Riverdale Road. She would confront the 62-year-old driver while still connected to the emergency operator.
In the background, you can hear, get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the effing car. And then it's just kind of silent. And then she returns to the phone and said, he just shot himself with my gun.
Herring didn't survive the bullet wound to his stomach. During Tuesday's preliminary hearing, defense attorneys maintaining the gunfire was a result of a scuffle where Payne's shirt was ripped, her chest and face clawed.
Are you familiar with the code section here in Georgia, 17-4-60, that talks about a citizen's arrest?
This, the defense told the judge, is a case of a citizen's arrest, asking the court to dismiss the felony murder charge.
She stayed on the phone this whole time. She engaged him with the phone in her hand, that you could hear the conversation going back and forth once the phone was knocked out of her hand. And she was telling him, go back to the scene. You need to go back to the scene.
Prosecutors arguing what she did was false imprisonment, and the judge finding probable cause, to Herring's widow's satisfaction.
That's what it was, an act to me. She probably don't want to go to prison. I wouldn't want to go to prison for murder either. So I probably would be crying also.
All right, so you know, down in Georgia, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all, yeah, they all had shrooms. But yeah, down in Georgia, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all or probably wife up this Becky or whatever, this white girl. But anyway, she's pretty much the female George Zimmerman, you know what I'm saying? Like, she felt like she was making a quote unquote citizen's arrest, and went down there and like hunted this 63-year-old black man down and shot him in traffic, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all the update about this case too, but she was arrested and charged with murder. But she had the tears and all of that too. But Viral Drip, you got something to say about that?
Yeah, we see this all the time, and don't be surprised if she end up walking, which I think she will. You got a white woman on the stand crying, and it's like no regard for black life. Oh, he was hitting her. I don't believe that man probably was fighting for survival. Somebody come up on you with a gun, you're gonna try to survive because it's that fight or flight kick in. You're gonna try to defend yourself and try to get that gun away from you. You're not just gonna sit by and let that person plug holes in you. And it's just, I don't know, man. I just get so angry when I keep hearing these stories and these people keep walking off like ain't nothing wrong, and it just happens time and time again. What I want to say is somebody in the chat said, yeah, that would have been the right thing to do, is take his license plate and he would have been found. But these people got it in their mind, already made up what they want to do, because they see it over and over again that you can take black life and there's no repercussions behind it. And that's what I was talking about earlier on Bakari's live stream, how we need to have protections and these people need to pay a price when they take our lives. They got these hate crime bills, and how many people been charged with hate crime? One case just ended recently was this Ahmaud Arbery case down in Georgia, where Biden's DOJ was trying to get them off on those hate charges. So, man, it's just sad. It's just sad, and it just makes me. I just don't have no love. Some people say not all of them are bad, but damn, when you see them doing this, and it happens so much that we don't even see all these stories. Since we got this jackass in the White House, it seems like a lot of these stories not even being talked about. The only time we see them is on platforms like Forecast and other social media platforms where people post these stories. A lot of the stories Forecast do, you don't even hear about it because it never makes the national news. And a lot of these stories just be blatant. It just be blatant murder to me in my eyes. Nah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, most of the videos I do, I haven't really got past like 2017, 2016 like that. Like, and the furthest I went back was like the Hurricane Katrina thing, and that was just because what they was doing down in New Orleans. But I mean, this stuff happens so much, and that's what I'm trying to show you. Like, yo, it happens all the time where I could never talk about all these stories, and I only pick certain stories at that. I don't even talk about a lot of stories where the person had a gun or maybe was shooting back. We talking about people who got shot in the back or hunted down and stuff like that. But I want to show y'all how her family respond and how they respond to stuff like this and how they feel it should be handled. If we want to go by how they do things. So this is how they feel we should handle it. This is her family talking.
My name is Margaret Payne. This is my husband, Rick Payne.
Rick Payne. Okay. So you guys are very emotional today. Talk about hearing, you obviously got an outcome that you were looking for, $100,000 bond. Your reaction?
And so they let her out on $100,000 bond.
I'm speechless. I'm just so glad, that it went that way. I mean, we're sorry for what happened, and everything regards to Mr. Herring's family and everything. But Hannah is not the person that they are saying she is. She's not at all. She's the sweetest, most caring, does not see color, does not see race, nothing at all.
Sounds Australian.
An amazing human being that she is.
Yeah, some
She
kind
is.
of
And
immigrant.
if you ever get the chance to know her, you'll realize that as soon as you lay eyes on her.
Talk about you guys kind of got thrust into this as well.
She
And
looked like a
seeing your
killer to me.
daughter-
I don't know.
watching your daughter feel the emotions and to see her in pain. Talk about what goes through your mind as a parent.
Just pain. I mean, I'm completely heartbroken. I feel like something is missing, and it is missing, and it's Hannah.
What do you say? You just mentioned about the family, Mr. Herring's family. What do you want to say to them?
I just wanted to say that this was an unfortunate situation that, turned out the way it did, but not at the hands of my daughter.
What do you mean not at the hands of your daughter?
Just, it was not her fault.
What do you guys think happened?
I don't know.
I've got to
I don't know. Yeah.
Real quickly, then I'll change course on that. Can you talk about what led? She had a
So
condition
how could
with
she be sorry and think she should come home if she don't even know?
getting a firearm and what her kind of
Just everyday protection that the society that we live in today, I mean, you hear about it every day on the news.
Now, instead of getting mad though, right? I want you to hear what she's saying and pretend like she's talking to you, like she's got on blackface or whatever,
She had a concealed weapons permit.
Yes.
Can you talk about what led to her getting a firearm and what her kind
Just
of
everyday protection that the society that we live in today, I mean, you hear about it every day on the news. Innocent people are getting shot, innocent people are getting broken into, and she travels around Atlanta with her job, and just personal protection. I mean, and everybody has the right to do that.
Ms. Payne, do you think she would have made the same decision no matter what the race of the person involved in that hit and run?
Absolutely.
But yes, yeah. Hannah doesn't see color.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This black dude now,
Does
that's
not see
he's
color.
like, no.
She sees right, she sees wrong. That's who she is.
What are you going to do when you're going to post that bail? I would imagine today, and then what?
Hopefully, just hold my daughter and never let her go. But I can't do that. I mean, we have been torn apart.
Lord have mercy. All right. So this was 2019, you know what I'm saying? And this is how the white community
Well,
felt
there's a
as a
racially
whole.
charged robocall circulating in Fayette County now. It focuses on the murder charge against a woman who is white who attempted to intervene in a hit-and-run incident involving a black man. Police say she shot and killed that man. Our Morse Diggs spoke to someone who got that disturbing call. Morse, they have a message for the people behind the call.
Well, Barbara Sneed, a black homeowner, says if the robocall was intended to make her feel small, it did not succeed. She called the message a ridiculous waste of energy and time.
I am important. I am a human being. And to let that caller intimidate me, that is not going to happen.
Barbara Sneed and this young lady, a murder defendant, both live in Fayette County. Other than that, there's nothing the two have in common, and Sneed rejects attempts via a racially charged robocall to draw her into a controversy.
Because Negroes are provably more violent. Something every experienced police officer knows.
It was a call on it in reference to Hannah Payne, and it was saying really awful things about Negroes.
Hannah Payne charged with murder without malice.
First, the background on the case. Authorities in Clayton County say Hannah Payne, a motorist, witnessed 62-year-old Kenneth Herring drive away following a crash in Riverdale. Payne, who was not involved, trailed Herring for a mile and stopped her Jeep to block Herring's vehicle. She got out holding her gun, words went back and forth, and Herring wound up shot dead. Sneed on Monday had just gotten back to her home and decided to check her phone messages. One was the robocall about the traffic incident.
Negroes aren't Americans. They aren't even policemen. Time to send them all to Africa. They don't fit in here. They don't belong here. In your heart, you know it's true. Hannah Payne did nothing wrong.
I don't think they could have been educated to have sent out a message so
Look, let me say this. They very educated on the art of propaganda. And now that was 2019. So now this was just happened a couple of days ago. Now remember, she got out on bail in 2019. And this I'm only gonna play a little bit of this one because it's kind of long, but I don't want to play this channel video anyway. But this is the last video.
22 years of age, took a gun, tracked down a black male, cornered him, shot him, killed him in cold blood. She was eventually arrested. You may not have heard about this story. This actually happened in 2019. The NAACP in the state of Georgia, they are seeking justice. They have been pushing this case and it has gone nowhere. The woman you just saw, she is out on bond. Her name is Hannah Payne. May 7th, 2019, that woman killed Mr. Kenneth Herring, the black male that you see. They call it a cold-blooded murder. She said she was simply trying to effect a citizen's arrest. Now remember, Ahmaud Arbery was killed under very similar circumstances in the state of Georgia, where the white criminals who pursued the black male said this was all about a citizen's arrest. Let me give you some background to this insane story. Payne is a Georgia woman charged with killing 62-year-old Kenneth Herring. Her lawyer says Payne spoke up. Mr. Herring, according to the emergency responders, he was actually experiencing a diabetic emergency. According to Miss Payne, he was involved in a hit and run accident, and it was her duty to follow him. She called 911 while in pursuit, as if this is her duty. The 911 operator said, "Stop pursuing the vehicle." She said, "I'm not going to do that." She continued to pursue the vehicle, cornered Mr. Herring, shot him, killed him. Police say Payne followed Herring's pickup truck after seeing him hit another car. Payne claimed that Herring was trying to leave the scene of the crash after telling him. Once again, we now know that Mr. Herring was experiencing a medical emergency. She killed Mr. Herring in front of his significant other. Cold-blooded. It gets deeper. Hannah Payne, a white 22-year-old Georgia woman, faced new felony charges in the cold-blooded murder of 62-year-old Kenneth Herring, who was black. In Clayton County, Georgia, a grand jury added new charges to her existing indictment. Payne is now charged with felony murder, malice murder, false imprisonment, and aggravated assault in connection to the May 7th, 2019, according to the police record. Kenneth Herring affirmed that Ms. Payne was licensed to carry a concealed weapon, but was not directly involved in the accident that happened. Drivers who witnessed the fatal shooting said they saw Ms. Payne, the killer, punching the elderly Mr. Herring, who appeared to be in medical distress, and yelling at him, "Get out the effing car." He's an attorney with the Georgia NAACP. They are putting this back in front of the judicial system in Clayton County. There's also a petition. I need you to sign this petition. Change.org, very easy to find, change.org. Type in Kenneth Herring, Herring. They're looking for 15,000 signatures. We already have over 12,000. Let's go ahead and get that done for them today. Now remember, the entire rule, the law of citizens arrest in Georgia was recently overturned by the Georgia legislature. They said it was rooted in unequal application, grounded in a racist doctrine. They overturned a law of defense for her.
All right. So pretty much they letting this what's up, Raw? How you doing? And hey Raw, I said at the beginning, you gotta listen to the beginning at the end. Yeah, I apologize to everybody, but you was the only one that knew better but to leave the last show. But yeah, Yeah, she do look 56 in the face, but it's too many brothers that'll probably wipe her up too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, exactly. Wait till Ukraine come over here because I wanted to show that at the end, but yeah. So I talked about this story a couple of years ago, and that white girl got out on bail, and now she's still trying to rise. She hasn't really went to jail or nothing like that, and now she's on the stand, like pretty much stand your ground self-defense. And we've seen all of these other cases, but they really trying to let this little white girl ride under the radar. And not only was he not in a hit and run, he was having a medical emergency, right? So I'm not even sure if he was arguing or fighting with her. If he was just finished having a medical emergency, how are you gonna turn around and this 63-year-old man then turn around and fight her? So Viral Drip, you got something to say about that one?
Yeah, man. If this woman walks, I don't want to say too much, but in these cases when these people walk like that, I really do believe it needs to be some kind of street justice for them, like George Zimmerman still walking around free out here somewhere. And this woman, 62-year-old man, probably having a heart attack trying to get to a hospital or something. And she comes up and blasts him. And will probably more than likely end up walking. I don't know, man. But something need to change, and it's not gonna change waiting on them to change it. It's gotta be done by us. We got to do something. We can't just keep allowing this to happen. We see it every day, and a lot of people don't think nothing of it until it happens to somebody they know in their family. And then they want somebody else to stand with them. So we just gotta end this. Some kind of message has got to be sent. They know that it's gonna be a price to pay if they take one of us. And I yield.
Yeah, facts. But it's been no price for so long that they think that they can keep doing it over and over. And just because it's not like in the media like that doesn't mean it's not like happening. Because I want to go to the next story, and I'll probably do a story about this one later. But I just want to show you something that just happened. I think a few weeks ago, within the last few weeks. This is another one.
This afternoon, hate crime charges were filed in the death of a 30-year-old man. The victim, Justin Peoples, was shot and killed at a Chevron gas station 2 weeks ago in Tracy. Now, prosecutors announced those new hate crime charges in addition to murder charges. And today, the San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office and Tracy Police have also revealed a third co-defendant in a hearing that was held this afternoon.
We have KCRA 3's Erin Heff joining us. She's been at that hearing earlier today. She joins us live now from the Superior Court of California in San Joaquin County with the very latest, and those latest charges coming sometime after the initial charges.
Yeah, good evening, guys. 2 co-defendants became 3 today. That third defendant charged with accessory after the fact. This story is still developing. It now involves hate crime charges. This all started with the murder at a gas station that killed 30-year-old Justin Peoples. That happened Tuesday night just after 9 o'clock. Peoples was shot and stabbed while at a Chevron. He survived the attack but died later that evening. The next morning in Stockton, 2 were arrested in the case, Christina Lynn Gardner and Jeremy Wayne Jones, both charged with homicide and hate crime along with separate weapon charges. Now today, a third co-defendant, a man named Christopher Angelo Domingo. In the hearing, Domingo was said to have helped the others after the fact. In a separate meeting today, we spoke with the victim's family and the San Joaquin County DA, who called this an unprovoked attack simply because the color of the victim's skin. The DA called this crime disgusting and reprehensible.
No one should be a victim of a crime because of their race, ethnicity, nationality, sexual orientation, or faith. These types of crimes are reprehensible.
This is where racism stops, right here. Racism stops right here. Justice for Justin.
Man, if we don't stop having
The
these
DA's
press
office.
conferences saying that stuff. So yeah, let me show you this last one.
Turned into a hate crime investigation. The San Joaquin County DA announced charges against the two suspects today. ABC 10's Luke Clary reports on what we're learning about the victim and the suspects tonight.
The family of 30-year-old Justin Peoples spoke out today. They say that he was a hard worker, someone who served his country only to be gunned down for the color of his skin.
There was a shooting at the Chevron.
Tracy police responding Tuesday night to a shooting at this gas station.
Tracy is a relatively safe community. We don't have a lot of homicides.
Justin Peoples died hours later at the hospital of gunshot wounds. Sergeant Mario Isset said officers worked around the clock.
We literally just didn't sleep because the information was ongoing.
Making an arrest within about 12 hours. 42-year-old Christina Garner and 49-year-old Jeremy Jones.
We are proud of who we are. We're disgusted by who they are.
The San Joaquin County DA charging the murder as a hate crime.
Today, when you walk out your house, if you could just lift your hand and you could say justice for Justin. That's what we're living for right now.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with Justin's family.
The emotion is there and it's still sinking in what has really happened.
Stockton NAACP President Bobby Bivens was there.
So you could see the tattoos all over.
As the DA showed the white pride tattooed on the arms of suspect Jeremy Jones. The DA said he'd just gotten off parole on March 1st, weeks before shooting and killing Justin Peoples.
We're talking about a young man that's trying to move forward in life and to have his life snuffed out at 30.
Racism stops right here with our youth. It stops right here. Justice for justice.
Justin's father making a final plea for justice.
All right, so there you have it. Wow, this week, a brother here in America, right? And that's what I was about to say, Seymour. We got brothers talking about let's go to war for Ukraine, and we got brothers over here. This happened this week, you know what I'm saying? Where this dude just got out of jail, got the white pride and all this stuff, and went out there and put in work on a black man. Now they charged him with a crime too, But before we start celebrating, because they just charged that little white girl, but now they about to let her off, and they charge all these cops, they let them off, especially with the hate crime, because they be like, well, we can't put race into it because blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's only one thing that will solve it. But Viral Drip. What's up, Erica? Viral Drip, you want to say something?
Yeah. Not really, man. It's just we just keep seeing the same stories over and over again. And like I said, expecting things to change, waiting on them, it's never gonna happen. Hasn't happened yet. So I think like I said, we need to do something to make it stop. Because if not, it's just gonna keep continuing.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna keep continuing. Antoine DeMela, what's going on? Yeah, Jesus is on the way. Antoine DeMela, what up, my brother?
What's going on, man? Boy, I'm sorry I'm late to the party, so let me just give you a little sidebar.
Nah, not tonight. No sidebars tonight. Nah, I'm just messing with you, bro.
Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you want right now. Well, sweet black baby Jesus, what I want black folks to do is find some of them white folks that killing black folks and shoot the shit out of their head. That's what I need you to do for us. Because that's what got to happen. Like, I'm being honest. I don't complain about anything they have done. I don't hardly mention it. I don't mention no white supremacy. I don't mention none of that. In all honesty, man, we're going to have to start killing them back. It can't be okay for people constantly kill us and they constantly get off. And we constantly say they constantly kill us and constantly get off. You see how that works? They constantly kill us and constantly get off. Then we constantly say they constantly kill us and constantly get off. It's time for that to stop. Because they're not going to punish their own. They're not going to punish their own. We're going to have to punish them. Right? We are going to have to punish them. I didn't catch the whole thing for Gary because you know I had told you that I had something to do, but I was listening off and on. I heard the little story about that crocodile and alligator. I don't know who want to tangle with a gator in the swamp.
Anaconda do.
Who want to tangle with a pool of gators in the swamp? That's what the gator should have been saying. Just like black folk, let's be the gators. And let our neighborhood be the swamp. Who say they want to tangle with a gator in the swamp? Two police can't constantly come to our neighborhood and do to us what they do. That little white girl who about to get off. Something need to be done. Now, the first thing that will help black folk want to do something, if we stop forgiving. If we stop forgiving. Because, you know, it's hard to stand and go fight for somebody who have said, I forgive. You understand? So when people talk about the murderer of Trayvon Martin, right? And when that young man, Trayvon Martin, father like, they don't want no violence. They don't want anything, right? It's hard to go stand for that when you won't even stand for that. You know, if you don't kill them, beat them down. Some got to start happening because all these years we got to be figured out that they don't have no plans on changing it. If they ain't making no rules to change it, you understand? We got to change it. We got to stop letting Ben Crump talk for us. We got to stop letting preachers, Al Sharpton, Farrakhan, talk for us. My kids, if they were here, they'll tell you right now, I tell them, if anything happened to me, it happened to me fighting back. They know who to call and who not to call. And they know can't nobody speak for me who gonna say, we gotta forgive. No, no, no. We have to make this stop. That white bitch need her ass drug. Or as we say in the country, scud drug. She need the dog doodle beat out of her. But as long as we sit back and allow people to do what they do to us, right? Just anybody can do it except us. As long as we allow people to do the things to us that they do, they will constantly do it, constantly get off, and we will constantly complain about it until we make it stop. We have to make it stop. They kill you, they kill us, and then they putting it all over TV so the fear can remain in us. You understand? So for the Christians out there, let's sing go to Ecclesiastes 3. That's why I tell them. It's a time for everything. Time for peace. Time for love. It's a time for hate. And it's a time for war. Then take them to the verses where Jesus said, put down your, sell your garment and pick up a sword. Huh? Eventually, we're going to have to do something. So if we figuring that Christians and Muslims ain't going to do nothing. So let's stop worrying about the religious people. So then the non-religious people, what are we going to do? Are we ready to come together and get a real militia? Or the next time we get a militia, are we going to do them like we did the NFAC? Get all over social media and talk negative about them without trying to do something with them and trying to figure out what they're doing. Huh? What we going to do? Are we going to talk the negative and forget how the NFAC is the reason those white people that killed Ahmaud Arbery was arrested. How they went and stood in front of the house for a week and told the police, y'all got this many days to arrest them or we going to get them. And when they ordered food, blocked the streets, wouldn't let them deliver food. When they called the police and told the police they was in front of the house, the NFAC didn't back down. The police backed down, called and told them they ain't doing nothing wrong. They ain't breaking no law. Because they was armed and they were suited and booted and they were there on a mission. So it's time for all of us to stop fighting one another and get on that same mission to make sure we're okay. Now I yield the mic. Was that a good sidebar?
No, yeah, it wasn't even a sidebar, brother. He was on point. But yo, I would say this, yeah, y'all matter of fact, y'all did mess up with the sidebar because y'all a little bit too early calling on Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want.
And without
Tell
telling
him what you want right now.
Erica, they talking about because it was self-defense and she was trying to do a citizen's arrest kind of thing. We'll see what happened with her case, but you know, like I said, she's been out on bail for like 2 years now, and you know, they still pushing her case back or something, you know.
And let me say this right quick, Forecast. So
All right.
another thing to all the religious people out there, this is a song I want y'all to sing in y'all church. Praise the Lord. You know the rest. What the hook, Forecast? Praise the Lord and do what?
And pass the ammunition.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition so we can all get free. That's a good church song right there that we need to start working on.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, let me go to the next one because y'all was a little early on that one. But let me show my screen though, because I'm gonna just show this one is just the article though, but this is another one that happened in where I'm at, you know. This dude charged with a hate crime. This happened in 2021. And they said he attacked a black man. He's supposed to be in jail. But Robbie Lee Kirby had been free on bond after being charged in July with malicious wounding, but he's now facing a hate crime. So I'm not really sure what happened to him because it's not no stories on him. I tried to look it up. They ain't never really say nothing about it. And that's the thing. They don't really talk about it. But this is the last one on this one.
31-year-old Mike.
Let me show this because this dude, he was given a bail. I don't know why I say that, but you know, y'all
Hayes
see the
had
title.
mannerly responses when answering the judge about the serious charges he now faces: attempted murder, assault with a firearm with great bodily injury, as well as a hate crime. We learned new information from the prosecutor, who said Hayes, a Postal Service letter carrier, had been drinking at a bar last Friday night. That's before he allegedly sped through a parking lot at a North Stockton bank before being told to slow down by 45-year-old Bobby Gale. That's when Hayes is accused of stopping his pickup truck, yelling the N-word before shooting Gale 7 times and then yelling it again afterwards. Meanwhile, as the court case went on, Bobby Gale, the victim, remains in the hospital recovering from his injuries.
There's no hatred over here, 100%. It's like, I don't know, that's not me.
The father of 5 says he holds no ill will towards the man who shot him. His brother sent us this video yesterday. Bobby is upbeat and positive after all he's endured.
Excuse me, I can't talk too much. I have 2 bullet holes in my face, through my neck, shoulder, 2 in the shoulder, legs.
He says he's about love, no matter what race or background. And he says he's eager to get back to the job he loves, doing cement work and construction.
It's just that one individual that I can't mess it up because I have a lot of different other type of friends, Latinos, whites, blacks, or whatever. So I want to exclude anyone. It ain't just about black love. It's everybody's love.
I can't talk because I got shot in the face, but it's not about black love. It's about everybody loving each other. But excuse me, I can't get my thoughts together because I got shot in the face. It was one more, but so yeah, we're gonna stop on that one. But
oh shit. Man, this damn fool. I ain't got nothing to say on that, fool. You already know what I'm thinking, man.
No, go ahead, say it. Say what you're thinking. That's the
It's we need to get away from that shit, man. This man just shot you in your face, all in the neck, and he trying to kill you, and he talking about ain't no hate in him. I'm sorry, maybe it's just me, but I definitely have some hate. And look at this. If this man, I ever see this man again, he better pray I don't see him again, because I'm gonna take him off this earth, because he tried to take me off this earth.
All right.
You
Now,
know what? Be honest with you. Them kids need their father, but I have no sympathy for him. I couldn't stand up for him. Why would I be mad at that white dude for trying to kill him? He ain't. It's all love. Yeah, you know, I can't talk right now because I've been shot in my face. And I've been shot 7 times and I got bullets everywhere in my body. But I have no sympathy for him. I would not tell nobody, and I'm being honest. I don't give a damn. I would not go talking about I'm getting suited and booted for him. Unless his wife come out and say something different, then I would go stand for the wife. But him, nah. I have no problem with what happened to him. He's okay with it. If he's okay with it, think about this. If he's okay with it, why should we be upset? You know, he's okay with it. Therefore, I'm okay with it. He have no ill will toward the man that shot him. I have no ill will toward the man that shot him. He have no hate coming from him toward people that trying to kill him. I have no hate toward the person that trying to kill him. None whatsoever. And see, and that's one thing we got to get off. See, ain't no hate in me. Because I have friends of all Latinos, white, you know, blase, 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 whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Your white friend ain't got nothing to do with that white dude that just tried to kill you. You can't hate the person that tried to kill you because you got some more people that's white friends. Do that even make sense? Somebody make that make sense. And by the way, I'm sorry, man. Forecast, peace to you. I ain't saying that when I came on your panel. What's up, Vibe Drip? And peace to everybody in the chat, man. I ain't say none of that, right? But
yeah, you
make
came on talking about some Jesus.
Man, you know, I was singing a good Christian song. Jesus is on the main line. There's some people right now in the chat clapping their hands and stomping their feet when I go to singing that song because they know it. But you can't have sympathy for him. You can't want to run to his rescue. And the thing about that, man, did y'all see the beaded necklace he had around his neck? Red, black, and green. That's an insult. Take that off. Take that shit off. You don't wave out. You don't wear our flag. I have no hate toward the people that tried to kill me because I have friends. And see, and that's one thing we don't understand, right? 3.5 miles a day time to work. And what we don't understand is, right? We haven't figured out a way to separate business relationships, personal relationships, and group relationships. That's a discussion we're gonna have to have. Because obviously, he think his personal relationship with the 2 white people, he you funny to see more. He obviously think that the relationship that he have with the white people at work is his relationship with every white person. Because obviously, he thought he had a relationship with that guy who tried to kill him, and he still have no ill will coming from him, none whatsoever. That's absolutely asinine. That's absolutely asinine. The lion and the hyena got more sense than that. We've been that domesticated. Matter of fact, your dog that you love, that's completely domesticated, that loves you, you've been feeding him. Go get a stick and put him in a corner and beat on him, and watch what he do. He gonna fight his way out that corner. But this guy here, if he just keep on loving, and just loving and just loving, then love a little bit more. Every little thing gonna be all right. I hear the mic.
Yeah. And my dog definitely bit me before, you know what I'm saying, when I did that. But that's different though, my brother, because like it does make sense if you feel like everybody's your friend, in which they're not, and if you feel like somebody's gonna crack the sky and come back because it's not you, like, you know, we are all we got at the end of the day, you know. And when you're talking about I forgive somebody, I wonder if he gonna forgive a brother if a brother did that to him. You know what I'm saying? Or would he be one of those people talking about what about black on black crime, or like, you know, like the Jesse Lee Peterson is like to the extreme, you know? Would he be that forgiving, you know, if somebody else did it? Because somehow we can draw the lines, and you notice every time people start naming everybody, you know, they put who they put last. You know, I'm friends with the Latinos, I'm friends with the Asians, I'm friends with the Japanese or the Indians, I'm friends with the, you know what I'm saying, Spanish. They start going into before they say a black person, you know. And that's just the mentality that a lot of people have because there is no protection, you know. And it's like no different from going to hug with the judge, hug the person that killed your brother, you know what I'm saying, or go hug the person that killed, you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. But it makes sense when you're waiting on a Jesus or something to come back to save you, but we don't have nobody else that can save us unless us. But I do want to show y'all this because I want to show y'all how other groups react, especially when it comes to us. So let me show y'all this from a couple of months
Targeted
ago.
crimes against the AAPI community across the Bay Area have dramatically increased since the start of the pandemic. Now, 6 men are being charged with hate crimes after San Jose police arrested them in connection with at least 170 incidents in the past year. ABC 7 News reporter Dustin Dorsey explains how the community came together to help catch the suspects.
Violence, robberies, purse snatchings, and attacks on the Asian American community like this video shows in San Jose, the highest it's been in the past 2 years across the Bay Area. Leaders don't want residents in San Jose, especially in Little Saigon, to be fearful this holiday season and beyond.
While we live in different places and our families came from different countries, we take your safety seriously. And we take it personally.
Backing up their words, San Jose police made 6 arrests in September after an extensive investigation. These men have been linked to at least 170 incidents of robbery, theft, and burglary that targeted members of the AAPI community. Police say these men specifically targeted more than 100 women because they were Asian American.
An attack like this is really an attack against the basic premises of this country, that as Americans, we are all entitled to equal and fair treatment under the law, and that we should all treat one another with respect. So because of those reasons, we charge this as a hate crime.
Police brass, as well as county and city leaders, met with community members at Grand Century Mall in East San Jose Tuesday to further build the important bond between law enforcement and city residents. The same bond that helped officers arrest these suspects through key witness accounts of the attacks.
The community being willing to come forward and the courage for a victim to come forward and say, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not going to let you do this to me, is absolutely critical. It was the purest example of collaboration.
The city of San Jose stands together to ensure the safety of people here in Little Saigon. We will not stand for hate crimes here at all.
At least one of the suspects is facing upwards of 95 years in jail if found guilty.
That 95 years. I
In
wonder if
San
they got
Jose,
a
Dustin
bond.
Dorsey.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that dude facing 95 years for allegedly being involved. I don't know if they got witnesses, what kind of evidence they got, but really they just trying to send a message here, you know. But this is what happens, right? You know, when and more this is gonna start happening when as more of these Eastern European especially the racist ones come over here. Now either you're gonna be on one end or the other, you know what I'm saying? But you see how easily it was, well, you know, all Americans deserve to be treated equally, and therefore for this reason we have to prosecute this as a. But when it came to a black person, well, you see, we don't know why that person went there, because maybe they would have rolled up on a white person, even though they never have. But just for that reason, we just can't quite charge her with it. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, Vile Drip.
Hate crime charges for robbing some fool walking around with $30,000 in their pocket. Man, that's just ridiculous. You got hate crime charges on a robbery, not even an armed robbery. It's just a grab and run robbery. But you got hate crime charges on that. But you got cops out here and citizens killing black folks and barely even getting jail time. You know, people say California is a liberal state. It's all the same to me. I don't see no different than the things they do in California than the things they do in the South or on the East Coast. 95 years for a snatch and grab. Damn, that's a long time, man. And you say, do they have any witness? I've heard this story before. I believe, you know how it always happens. Somebody get caught up on something and somebody end up telling everything. But whew, I'm not out here robbing nobody, but you walking around with 30-something thousand, I might be tempted. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Hey, you know what? Do y'all remember the black dude that got $30,000 on like a scratch off or whatever, and went and bought him a $20,000 necklace, right? And somebody snatched his necklace like 30 minutes, hour after he walked out.
Yeah.
Now, that was a joke. Everybody just made that a joke all over social media, right? Now, somebody walking around with $30,000 cash in their pocket, in their hand, wherever the hell they got it at, and somebody knew it and snatched. Well, you shouldn't be walking around with that damn $30,000. That ain't no hate crime. That was a come up. Shit. That was a come up. You got $30,000 cash, and I got $5 cash. You know what I'm saying? So your $30,000 cash, man, just go ahead and, because you know you can't say give me some of it. So now you're intimidating. Now that's strong arm because you're taking it. So I'm just gonna snatch it, a snatch and grab. I didn't even know they had 30,000 in there. I give them $1 back. Not that I'm gonna keep 29,999. You know what I'm saying? But look how everybody else react. Look how that's why I keep saying, man, we have made it okay to be killed. We have made it okay for us to be killed by sitting back and allowing it and constantly doing what the dude in in the damn in the hospital said. I ain't got no hate. Or doing like Ahmaud Arbery daddy said. You know, God work on two sides. He ain't just one side, he two sides. See, he put some over here, then put some over there. And then we come together and work. We got that little mob. It was funny when but when that type of shit happened, there's truly no consequence. Like, there's no consequence. Me killing you. What you gonna do? Other than do like Ahmaud Arbery? Other than Ahmaud Arbery's father, I'm sorry. Other than do like Al Sharpton and Ahmaud Arbery's father out there, amen. Pray and thank God for Ahmaud Arbery being killed because Ahmaud Arbery changed Georgia, a state known for racism.
Hold on, Bakari. I thought I was the only one that heard that shit.
No,
it really. I said, niggas say what?
Yep. They thank God for the death of Ahmaud Arbery, Al Sharpton in a prayer, for changing the state of Georgia, a state known for racism, a state known for segregation. But you took this little boy, which is not a little boy, 25-year-old man, stop calling him boy, And this boy, Ahmed Arbery, changed the state of Georgia. There were 11 white people on the jury. Thank you. Only one black. And his son, his daddy, and his mama. Amen. 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 Al Sharpton should have been assassinated while he was doing that prayer. He should have been assassinated while he was doing that prayer. Amen. Amen. No. I wish a motherfucker would come pray, talking about, thank God that somebody in my family been killed because he was able to change the state with his death. No. Even with that bullshit with the dude in Minnesota, George Floyd, got his daughter all over TV. My daddy changed the world. No, your daddy didn't. Y'all stop telling that little girl that lie. White police, they murdered your daddy because they ain't like him because he was black. Tell that little girl the truth. My daddy changed. How the hell he changed the world? By getting murdered? Because now they're going to put a bill in his name? Huh? That don't make sense. He didn't change the world. He was murdered, and the whole world seen it. What that white boy got? 10 years? 12 years? He gonna be out in about 4 or 5. But your daddy, but they still lying to that little girl. Your daddy changed the world? What's your life is worth? Huh? You think somebody can kill some of mine? Then talking about a couple dollars gonna make stuff better? No, blood debts got to be paid in goddamn blood. But we constantly let people kill us. We constantly let people kill us. They kill us. They constantly kill us. They constantly get off. We constantly say they killing us and getting off. See the consistency? Everything is consistent. It's consistent with what they do in the streets. There's consistency with what they do in the courtroom. And then there's the consistency in which the way we act. Huh? They constantly do it. They constantly get off. We constantly say they constantly do it and they constantly get off. How many years in a row we gonna continue to say that? Huh? It's this movie on Netflix, damn it. I'm gonna remember that name. I wish MG2 was in the chat because I know he remembered the name because I sent it to him. And it was based on something like this. And these people just started them a nice little militia, red, black, and green. Didn't nobody know it. It was a secret militia. Police came to the hood, killed some folks. The red, black, and green went and ran away. The black folks, confronted them who just coming out there for a photo op. They remembered the cop who did the killing. 2 days later, the cop was hanging from a pole in the same neighborhood. Shot with a note in his chest. You will stop killing my people. I'm going to remember the name of that movie. As soon as I get off, I'm going to think of it. I'm going to think of the name of that movie. Wasn't a true story, but it's something that needs to happen. But we can go through times, and I done went through the book, or We Will Shoot Back. We got to go through that again, folks, guys. Well, it has happened when they come to tear down and steal and kill and destroy. It was a reason they started passing laws. Well, they didn't want black folks to have guns. Because black folks had started killing them. See, we got them the stories we got to know. Huh? Because this is just, I don't hate no one. I just love I have white friends. and Latino friends and all kind of Gook friends and every other kind of friend. And it's just all love here. It's not just black love. It's all love. Huh? I'm not even mad with the person that tried to kill me. Even though he shot me 7 times, I'm still not mad with him. Even though it's hard for me to talk and think right now, even though it's hard for me to talk and think right now because I got shot in the face, I still just love him anyway. I'll yield the mic. Vibe Drip, who threw you off their channel, man? I'll yield the mic.
No comment, bro. I just unsubscribed and kept it moving, man.
I got you.
But yeah, it really pissed me off, and I thought I was the only one in the chat that heard what he said, and I just couldn't understand why he would say some shit like that after somebody took his son. I said, "Thank you," and I just started going off in the chat about it, and yeah, it is what it is, man. And you know, I watched this person. Used to go to this person all the time, listen to what they got to say. Black this, black that, and I guess we just see things a little bit different.
You know, we did remember them shows? We did 2 shows on that in the forecast.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God, man.
Y'all say y'all need Netflix. I just dropped a place where you can get free shit online. Watch a bunch of movies, TV shows. That's
Oh,
what I've
okay.
been using.
What, the number 4? You didn't put, I don't see it. You put in the private chat?
Vividcast.
Oh, okay. And by the way, and if anybody got T-Mobile, y'all already got a Netflix account if you got T-Mobile, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's free.
All right. Yo, all right. So look, we're gonna go to the next part, and let me say this, right? Yeah, don't kill yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on that. I understand, but you know, maybe we'll talk about it later. But yo, let me just get through this last part. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Erica. But let me tell you this. Let me do this last part. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna share the screen because we talked about what we've been going through. We talked about how we respond. We see how we respond, you know, and then we see how they respond to us. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm about to show you what's about to come to us right now if we think that's already bad. And so let's.
In Ukraine escalates. Humanitarian groups here in the U.S. now are preparing for people to arrive. But the process to bring these refugees into the country is a complicated one, and Ukrainians already in America are calling on the government to do more. NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster is in the Cleveland area as that region gets ready for refugees to arrive. Shaq, good morning. So first, just tell us what this process is like to get these people settled here in the U.S. And as I just mentioned, some Ukrainians who already are in this country are getting frustrated with how long this process is taking to get these refugees here. Tell us about that.
Yes, Savannah, look, this is a process that under normal circumstances could take about a decade. Under expedited timeline, it could take 1 to 2 years. And then under extreme circumstances, like the one we're in right now, it's a process that takes several months. But if you talk to people who are here in the United States, who are from Ukraine, who have families still there in the war zone, they say they don't have months, that it's a matter of days, and they want that process to be sped up even more. I want you to listen to a bit of my conversation with a Ukrainian refugee from 2015. He moved here in 2016 after Russia initially invaded.
Forecast, I don't mean to be rude. Pause there right quick. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be, excuse me. That's my little brother. That's the little dude, Ryan, who come on the panel. Who in the chat. Ryan, man, come on the panel, dude. You know better than that. You know we support you over here. I had to say that. I'm sorry. But I was reading this stuff and he sounded like he a little down.
Yeah,
Ryan, man, you know we support you, man. So stop. Come on. Go ahead, Forecast.
Yeah, and if you come on the panel, just come on. I can't see right now, so I'm gonna let you on when I get done with this.
Has family in Ukraine who he wants to be here in the United States. Listen here.
I'm scared because of my family over there, and at the same time, I'm angry because governments, including America, they do kind of nothing to help us. Like they don't help us to bring our families over there.
To add to his frustration, his family that he's trying to get here in the United States, they've already gone through many of the security approval processes. It's just that with the war going on, things have slowed, and he's saying that's just building up more frustration and more fear.
And Shaq, tell me about the people that are in the town that you're in right now, in the Cleveland area, like I mentioned, who are preparing for the potential arrival of some of these refugees. What are they doing to get ready for them?
Yeah, this is an area with one of the largest populations of Ukrainians in the United States.
All right, now I'm gonna run this back a little bit. Now imagine this is black people doing stuff for black people who may not have enough, who may not have as much as somebody else, and we're trying to help each other. Now just picture it being like that instead of white people helping white people, but picture it black people helping black people, and listen to it.
This is an area with one of the largest populations of Ukrainians in the United States. They have resettled people from Ukraine. They've resettled people from all across the country. So many of the groups here say that they are ready to assist and take more of those refugees. In fact, they've done this just recently with Afghanistan, and that's why they're having this summit later today. They're trying to coordinate their resources so that if that refugee pool is ever expanded, then they would be able to take and support some more Ukrainians. Listen to what one of the groups told me just yesterday.
We've already got over 65 families that have either volunteered to let a family live with them, who've said we'll take them grocery shopping for 3 months on us, who've said we have jobs for people. And so what we're doing is building that inventory so that if and when people actually start to make it here from Poland and Moldova and Slovakia, Slovenia, that our community will be ready, because the truth is they will come here.
So later today, you're going to have the governor of this state bringing those groups together, bringing together members of the church community to send the message that they are ready to accept refugees when that time comes.
All right, Shaq Brewster, we can't wait to see what happens
All
next.
right,
Thank
so
you.
yeah, I'm telling you, this is what's coming, and like they said, we're doing what it takes to be prepared for when they come. We'll donate this, and I understand they're in a different position, but let me play these last videos, because this is what black people really get, you know, and because they're about to get some money probably, and then, but this is what we get.
A bill centered on what they call self-defense is making its way through the Missouri state legislature, has sparked significant outrage for its consequences, which critics say would allow for the murder of black people. It would allow it to be legal. Let's put up a picture of the lawmaker behind this. Let's put his picture up. His name is Eric Burleson. He sponsored the bill. It's a Senate bill. Missouri Senate Bill 666. Yes, really. Is being described by its Republican sponsor as an effort to loosen gun laws in the state, because obviously Missouri needs looser gun laws. But a top prosecutor in Missouri has said the bill, if it is enacted, would shield killers from prosecution if they simply claim self-defense, giving the state its own unique spin on the controversial stand your ground laws sprinkled around the country. A former congressional candidate took it a step further and suggested the legal lynching of black men would ensure if Missouri General Assembly advances the bill. Okay? The bill, literally, according to the sponsor, it just stops overzealous prosecutors when somebody is accused of murder. Lindsey Simmons, who was a candidate in the 2020 elections for Missouri Congress, called out the bill for what it is. He said, and I quote, Senate Bill 666 makes Missouri a safe haven for the lynching of black men. Simmons wrote Tuesday in a Twitter thread before adding later, this bill is in direct response to the murder of Ahmaud Arbery the reckless actions of the McCloskeys, and we're going to get to that, plus the sham that was the Rittenhouse trial, there is no doubt. Stoddard County prosecuting attorney Russ Oliver also blasted Senate Bill 666 as effectively being the, and I quote, Make Murder Legal Act. Oliver said making the bill a law would absolutely create chaos in the state of Missouri and automatically have the presumption of self-defense in every single assault and every single murder in the entire state. Now, remember the McCloskeys? Let's put their pictures up. Wielded an automatic rifle during a BLM protest. They were just walking past his home. They weren't bothering him. He just came outside with a gun. Well, he was charged with a crime. It was a slap on the wrist. The bill before the Senate now turns the council document.
All right, because I'm gonna stop right there because I don't want y'all to think that that's for you because they got laws for Negroes too. So let me play this one real quick.
Lincoln was one of just 3 members of the House of Representatives that voted against.
This is the law for us Negroes, the Emmett Till bill.
Members of the House of Representatives that voted against an anti-lynching bill this week, the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, created in memory of the 14-year-old black teenager killed in 1955, would make a lynching a federal hate crime. 9th District Congressman Andrew Clyde explained his reasoning in a statement stating lynching is murder and already against the law. The act would also designate conspiracy to commit certain crimes like kidnapping as a hate crime.
All right, so lynching is not a federal hate crime down in Georgia or in America for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so what do y'all think about that?
Don't forget the Crown Act. We got the Crown Act too.
What's that?
Look it up right quick. The Crown Act.
All right, I'll look it up. But yeah, what y'all got to say about the Ukrainians coming in and then those last 2 videos with the 666 bill and the Emmett Till bill?
Well, I'm in Missouri, and I can tell you, I lived all my life in Missouri, and I can tell you this: it might as well be right next to Georgia, Mississippi, all them states down in the South. It's open racism here. They tell you how they feel. They got their own little areas, and if you in those areas, they will let you know they do not want you there. I'm in Ferguson, not far from St. Louis. If you familiar with St. Louis, it's a very small city with a lot of cities surrounding it. They made that law in the 60s where the city of St. Louis couldn't expand its borders, and that law was created, to pretty much contain black people in the city area. But as we multiply and we move outwards, they move westward. A lot of them live in places like St. Charles, O'Fallon, past the Missouri River. And, I don't get out that way much. And just earlier this year, I've been to my auntie's house for the first time, and she's been over there for like damn near 15 to probably 20 years. And she said, "This is your first time coming out here." I don't go out that way. It's just me. I just don't feel comfortable in those areas, and it's for good reason. Yeah, I'm not surprised by these bills. Forecast, did a lot of shows where you showing, some of the murders that happen around here. I'm wondering what happened with this guy down in I forget where it was, but it was south of St. Louis, where this young brother was hanging out with his friends and end up dead. Damn, what was forecast this story? The guy had the Confederate flag in the background he was interviewing, and if that don't raise a red flag.
Oh, you talking about the young brother? The
Yeah,
young brother that was lynched that in his attic or something?
No, they end up getting shot in the head, and the brother had a broke arm. He had a broken arm on the hand. They claim he shot himself in the head with.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that one. I remember
And
that.
I haven't heard anything on that story since. Nothing. What they like to do around here is when stories like that happen, they don't like to talk about it. They don't put it on the news. You don't see it on the news. You might see it once, and then after that, it just goes away. So many, of the protesters from the Mike Brown protests. I don't know if y'all know, but a lot of them brothers ended up getting killed mysteriously. Darren
Like Darren
Seal was one.
Seals.
Yeah, yeah. My classmate, uh, her son, Dante Jones. That's and you know who did it, and nothing ever happened, nothing at all. The sheep didn't come from the house. The boy's pants was down by his ankles. He had knots all on his head, and nothing came of it at all. Now you know that wasn't nothing but the police involved in that shit. Yeah, they some dirty bastards around here, man. My mother used to ask me why I always go out. I used to be out there almost every night, man. I thought we should be doing something different instead of just in the streets marching. That's just how I am. I just thought, something else needs to be done, something a little more greasier than just marching. But that's just me. But yeah, this state, I don't know, man. It might as well be in the South.
Hey,
All right.
Yo,
what's good?
What up? What up, bro?
What's up, Trinidad Grims?
Man, just thinking about where my life is headed, like if I should kill someone else. Um yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about killing people right now. You heard?
Bro, last time you came on here, you was like, "Yo, I'm staying far away from killing people. I ain't with that stuff no more." What happened, bro?
Oh no, no, man, no, 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 no. I just, um I don't know, man. Nah. I said that, really? I said that?
Yeah, you was
Yeah.
like, it was like, I'm on that peaceful stuff. I don't see why people like you talking about rap, why they be talking about beef. You like, I ain't gonna be on that stuff no more. You
Yeah,
know.
nah, like nah, man. I mean, I am still on that, but it's like I feel with certain people they gotta go. I've been dealing with a lot of people talking lately and talking about like they as though they know me, and so I've just been kind of thinking should I do something to them? Should I do something to myself? You know what I'm saying? Um. Yeah, that's just kind of what I'm thinking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Seek professional help like that. I already had therapy and all that. That didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So right now it's just kind of a matter of like, whose son am I gonna have to touch? Whose mom
Wait,
am I
hold
gonna
on.
have to touch? You know
Let
what I'm
me ask you
saying?
this. Let me ask you this without getting saying nothing that'll get you in trouble, bro. Like, who are you talking about that you have to touch?
Nah, just the ops. You know what I'm saying?
No, who is the ops though?
Nah, like haters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? People hating and talking about what they gonna do to me and all this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so like I mean like so who are you talking to? Who like I'm not understanding like who you talking about like some like hood kind of like gang beef or
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah, them and some of the pro blacks too. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them think they off limits when it's never off limits for me. Like everybody can get it. You know what I'm saying?
So like so you want to kill them because they do what to you now? Like what exactly are they doing to you?
Nah, just talking about I ain't did this. Like I'm not certified. All this type of stuff. Like as though they know me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that make you want to kill them though?
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
Because they say you're not certified?
Yeah, like and talking about my reputation. Like I don't put in pain. You know what I'm saying about all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying when you know, I had.
Well, hold on.
Wait,
Are they stopping you from like getting a job or like making money?
I mean, man, I don't even be thinking about none of that. You heard?
So I mean, why are you thinking about killing them if they're not even like stopping you from like making money or doing something? Like why, like that's the only really time somebody can damage your reputation when oh, you make my wife divorce me, or you make I can't get this job, or I lost this huge contract. I mean, then maybe I can understand, but like, I mean, certified for what? Like, what do you mean? Like, you're not certified in the streets? Like, you haven't put in work or hurting other people or something? That's not certified. That's what you mean?
Yeah, definitely that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that and other stuff. You feel me?
So it makes you certified by how many people you hurt.
I mean, that's a part of it. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Really being about it, you heard?
I mean, do you think that's something you should be proud of?
I mean, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, bro. Like when it comes to you know what I'm saying, people who get picked on in society, you know what I'm saying, and who people want to pick fights with, they'll never pick fights with people who they know gonna do something or they feel gonna do something. You heard?
So
They
what?
they
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go
they
ahead.
they go you know what I'm saying, pick on the people they think that they could push over. And that's not bad happen to me. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Like
So
it
let me
ain't
ask
bad
you a
happen.
question. If a police pull you over, right, and like they be like, "Get out the car, I'm gonna search you" and all this stuff, do you think about like killing them too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So like, somebody like George Zimmerman, do you think you should put in work on him too?
That nigga, yo, he all the way in Miami. You heard? He all the way in Miami. I
Right
ain't
now, I'm
got
just
nothing
saying
to do with
somebody
that.
like that. Like, it's somebody like that in your state. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. There actually is that black girl from Bridgeport. You know what I'm saying? Uh, who got killed by that white man? Yeah. People like him, they definitely yeah.
Yeah, they
Something
let
yeah
him off.
happened to them. You heard?
Yeah, they let him off. They ain't even charge him.
Yeah, no, that's facts. I don't know where they be at and stuff though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know nothing about that.
So
You know what I'm saying?
what I'm trying to figure out is what makes like, yo, how is it a reputation by hurting other people? How is that a positive or a good reputation? Because you hurt not the people who can control things, people who can't control nothing at that. But like, how is hurting, especially other people in your neighborhood who's just as poor as you? How does that give you some kind of good reputation?
I mean, because it's just what people respect, bro. It's just what people respect. I can't really control that. You know what I'm saying?
Who respects that?
The streets respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yo,
So
I
you
say,
doing drill? So you want to be a drill rapper? That's what it is, right? So now that's what it is. You trying to be a drill rapper?
I mean, I don't know if I'd say trying. I already got some in the works. I got
It's a
my
drill
cover
rap.
art done and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Drill rap. So you're willing to go kill somebody and throw your life away for nothing to prove to somebody that you will do something in the streets. I know something that can be done in the streets. How about help fixing the streets in the area where you live?
No, like that.
Hey, can I ask you a question though? Do teachers get respect? Like, I'm not comparing the two, but I'm just asking you on the streets with somebody who like brings turkeys or something, or like fixes the basketball courts or buy books or something. Does that person get respect, or is it just like somebody killing somebody?
I mean, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I respect that. You know, me myself. You heard?
So if you was a person like that and they be like, yo, what are your conditions? Well, I've helped children go to school. You know what I'm saying? I got them out of gang programs, or at least I took the guns away facing each other and face them the opposite way. Like MD2 says, like all the guns in Africa are pointed towards the country instead of outward. Like to me, it would be more respect if you are teaching the young kids not to shoot and kill each other instead of like reading a book, or if they're going to shoot and kill people coming in their neighborhood causing their situation. Like, to me, that would be more, you know what I'm saying, gangster, or more respect, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I definitely feel that, but they don't be trying to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be talking like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I just I just be kind of, trying to keep to myself, but it is what it is, man. I'm finna go I don't know, I'm finna probably go get high or something, you know what I'm saying? And then see like where my life, ends up the next few days. But don't be surprised if you see me on the news for something, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I already got a backup plan in case anything like goes to hell, you know what I'm saying?
So,
Um
so what you about to do? Like 20 some years in jail?
I mean, I'm willing to do that because people ain't bad to take stuff from me, that I worked hard for. You know what I'm saying?
But wouldn't that when you lose what you worked hard for by going to jail for 20 years?
I mean, I'm not gonna go to jail. Like that's not gonna
Or if
happen.
you on the news, you're going to jail, bro. If I see you on the
Nah, no,
news.
no, 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 no,
Nah,
no,
he's saying
no.
something else, forecast.
No, I know what he's saying, but what you saying is I know what you're saying. But like I said, like bro, like you ain't gonna be able to just do that, and you know what I'm saying. Like you talking about, like I know what you're talking about, but bro, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? This is like 2022, not 1869, bro.
Yeah, I'm finna go get high. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
need some help, young brother.
but
You really
yo,
do. You really
yo,
do, man.
I'm just gonna say this. Thank y'all for being kind to me. You know what I'm saying? While I've been here, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna, well, I got no way of doing this, but like, once I meet Stokely Carmichael and stuff, like, you know, well, no, I'm gonna be gone, so I can't. It's not like I could tell y'all. But it should be pretty nice when I meet him and you know, uh George Jackson and all that type of stuff, man. I feel like it's better being with them than than being here in such an
Yeah,
evil.
but they didn't just kill themselves. Like even like George Jackson, like he led a revolution in jail. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just smoke himself. He went out like he
Right.
like if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna at least take all of them out with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I feel a similar way, you know what I'm saying? I feel a similar way, but we'll just have to see. But um, it's been nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like y'all are cool people, you're cool. I rock with your mission and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I realize kind of now most people ain't with none of that, you know what I'm saying? And I honestly don't see a use for me being here, you know what I'm saying? Like other than to be violent and you know, I don't know, like I don't know, like put in work, because that seems to be the only way that I'm gonna ever be respected. You know what I'm saying? Because when I try doing good stuff, it's like no one looks at that. But when I'm on the rah rah stuff, it's like that's what gets the notice. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets me love
hey,
and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
hey, bro, let me ask you this. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I understand, like especially because I know you don't have kids and stuff like that, and your whole thing
Right.
changed, and you're a young brother, and I'm not gonna act like I've never been at the point you've never been in your life. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, even if you don't, like in 10 years, you'll look back. Because I know that. But you'll be like, man, what was I even thinking? And I understand, but I do understand what you're saying. But let me ask you this, because like you was talking about like the streets respect. Do you like respect yourself? And this is not no disrespectful. I'm just, just a question. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's what I'll say. Like, I was willing to die at 17. I honestly wish, like, thinking about it, that probably would have been a good stopping point for me. Either that or like my early 20s, like getting killed then. I would have went out, like, I don't know. I feel like life would have been better, like if it kind of stopped there. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause kind of remaining in this world, I just see how painful it is. Like, what I'm saying? Like, this is a horrible world to live in, yo. Like, this is awful. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't get why some people kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like, yo,
Fuck
like.
that.
Hold on. The sister Tanzan, how you doing, sister? My good sister. She want to ask the brother a question.
And firstly, thank you, Brother Focused, and peace to the panel. I know it's not really my place right now because the men are talking, but I just wanted to ask the brother a question. If you do decide, to go out in your own way, do you think you judging yourself, nobody else, do you think that your decision is one made out of fear or one made out of courage?
I mean, I think it is one made out of, like, righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause here's the thing, like, suicide can be a good thing and a bad thing. Cause there's some people on this planet, like, who are so, they know that they trash. You know what I'm saying? They know that they don't need to be around, so they get themselves out here. I'll give you an example, right? There was a brother from Dallas, Texas, named Lil Loaded. He accidentally killed his homie. He was about to go do some time for that. He found his girl was cheating, then all that type of stuff kind of happened. He was like, you know what, maybe I should get myself out here. And I look at that as a noble and righteous decision. Cuzzo, like, killed his homie. He he made someone family grieve by killing his friend by accident. He couldn't take that pain, you know what I'm saying? And then, the girl thing, I won't lie, like, I don't agree with that. I think that that's goofy, but, like, that's what kind of pushed him over the edge.
Sorry. But yeah, you're right. So we'll dismiss the girl one. So for the friend, do you think it was because he felt guilty or because he was afraid of facing the consequences?
Definitely guilt, you know what I'm saying? Definitely guilt, but even if it was, like, to avoid prison, like, I respect that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't about to go down, you know what I'm saying, and go do some time for that. Like, so I respect that suicide, you know what I'm saying? I think suicide can be good, in some instances, you know what I'm saying? Like, I won't even lie, I think I'm at a point where I realize I'm kind of a trash person, and maybe the world is better off without people like me. You know what I'm saying? That's
Hey,
kind of.
but let me tell
Well,
you this. Let me
you're
tell you
not
this.
all trash if you're a little bit honest.
That's
Go
what I'm
ahead.
saying. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Cause, like, trash people would never say maybe I am trash, bro. Like, they don't even have that self introspective to be like, maybe the world would be, they don't think maybe the world would be better. They'll be like, no, I have to do this to change the world. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let somebody else be like, because really that's giving in. You're letting somebody else be stronger, dictate who you are, dictate your terms, and especially the streets. You know what I'm saying? The people who you think who aren't even worthy, you know what I'm saying, who you think you should be taking out, those are the people who determining your value for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the ability, as long as you breathing, to be the change that you want to see, my brother. Like, yo, you don't have to, like, you don't have to save everybody, bro. But if you build a school and or whatever and save one little kid from killing somebody else, you don't know what kind of chain reaction that have. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry. Go ahead though.
For me, okay, I can see both sides, and let me explain myself. I'm not advocating, that way. But the you said, don't worry about what other, think about you. For me, the ultimate judge of anybody at the end of the day is themselves, and that's why I asked you whether your decision to you was a matter of fear or of courage, because when it comes to it, when you're facing yourself, it's you who is going to judge yourself. And if you are honest and say that I'm doing this because of your, you said righteousness, because of nobility, and you have to define what that is for yourself. If being righteous is being dead rather than being trash, then okay, that's righteousness for you. If being courageous is fighting through it and doing something different, or going somewhere else, or doing the opposite, that's for you. But at the end of the day, you have to decide. For me, it's like this. It's like when the ancestors, the Black Americans and the Haitians, our ancestors, the Caribbeans, were leaving the ship. Some people, to them, they said that I would rather die than live in slavery. I would rather die than carry this monster's child. I would rather die than do that. And if that is a choice, because somebody might say, a life behind bars versus dead, that's not really a life. So somebody might say that, that is what it is. And somebody might say, well, a life behind bars is not the best, but I'm going to go in there and change a few people's lives. I may not be able to get out, but I may be able to affect, some young people who do have a chance at life. That's one thing. So it depends on what you consider you do to be the good thing. There's no good or evil. It's just what you decide your principles are. If your principles are courage and fighting, then you should decide, based on that. If your decision is, well, this is just too much and I'm just going to throw it in, then that's also our decision. But first you start with your principles. What are my principles? What are my people? And even if people don't agree with you, people don't see it, people don't appreciate what you do, it's at the end of the day, you judge yourself. If you feel that you did what was right despite everything, then I think that's the main thing that matters. But even though people are not the last decider, they still are affected. You might think, oh, well, my life is trash, but guess what? I assure you there's at least one person that who doesn't agree with that, and one person who will be very, very saddened if something happened to you. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. It won't be most people sad. Yo, do you know there a lot of people think I'm dead? I got a crazy homie from the A. You know what I'm saying? He's been spreading the lead a lie that I'm dead. I won't even lie, y'all. I love that. I love the idea that people think I'm dead, cause I get to see how people really feel about me. Not only that, I get probably more love than I do when I'm alive. Like, I won't even lie. I'm on social media right now. I'm trying to see, like, damn, like, who think I'm dead? Like, who think I'm dead? I honestly want people to think I'm dead for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And that I might actually be dead. That's what's crazy. Like,
Yeah, but you shouldn't really look for them to find out if you're dead. That is actually a very, selfish thing. I'm not talking about the people who are looking for you to be dead. I'm talking about the one person in your life who who knows you, who will really feel sadness when you go. Not people, online or all that. Just one person. It could be a family member. It could be a friend that you grew up with. It could be somebody you haven't even talked to for the longest time. Sometimes you just hear, oh, somebody passed away, and you're like, oh, I hadn't thought of them in a long time, but I'm sad they're gone. So before you take all of that stuff is into consideration. But like I said, it's your principles that matters. If for you your principle is courage, if it's discipline, if it's I tried this and it failed and therefore that's the end of it for me, like your friend, we both agreed that killing yourself over some failed affair is a pretty goofy thing. Like you said, very well said, that's pretty goofy. You don't want to get into wherever you're going to go after, and then you're like, oh, why are you here? Because my girl cheated on me and I killed myself. People will laugh you out of there. So if you're going to do it, make sure you do it for a really, really good reason. Because if you are given life, you have to justify both your life and your death. So if you're going to do it on your principles. Don't just do it because, oh, well, people will miss me, or they won't. Sometimes they won't even know you. How many people just die in obscurity? Nobody knows. Your life only has the meaning and value that you give it yourself. Nobody can give you value. There are people who are valued by millions and yet they're miserable. And you've seen people who everybody thinks they have everything and they should be happy, and they still face the same thing. So it's not people who are going to give you value, respect, judgment and all that. And you have to start with your principle. If you think that righteousness is so important that you can die for it, then live for it first. And if that fails and you've made an honest effort to be righteous, then fine. But can you tell yourself that you've really, really been the most righteous person that you have, and that your righteousness, was just for all, and now that it's done? Are you done with righteousness? There's no more righteousness that you can do? Okay, if that's your principle, then that's your principle. Like I said, your life is the value that you give it, not anybody. Sorry to go on for so long.
nah, you know what? You just inspired me. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, um, I know what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start making black men run away from me. I'm about to start making black. I'm about to start making. Yo, black women is finna run for me, man. Black men is finna run for me. I'm finna scare everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is gonna get hurt.
Well, you
You know what
still
I'm
don't
saying?
get the point. Sorry to interrupt you, but like I said, it's not about other people. You start making yourself run away from yourself, and that will give you the respect from yourself and from other people. Nobody needs to run away from you.
All right. Well, I fell off, but yeah. Volcari, Viral Drip, y'all got something to say about that?
Focused. Why do I always get on the very strange ones?
You be dropping that knowledge. You be coming in trying to save the day.
So I'm out. Okay, I'm
No,
muted now.
no, you good. You good, Thursday. I appreciate when you come on. You bring the knowledge.
I don't know if I said what was needed to be said, and
Nah, I agree with what you said. Bakari.
Yeah, man, give me one hair con 1 second. I don't know if you heard me or not, but you heard me.
Yeah.
What's up, Tanzan? What's up?
Peace, Brother Bakari. I am chilling as as I
Hey, you don't
should.
have to say I am. Listen, what's up? Like I'm chilling or just chilling.
Okay.
You just say the word chilling. What's up, Tanzan?
Chilling.
Yeah, there you go. Hey man, my little buddy got off.
Sorry?
I said my little buddy, he got off. Ryan. You know what? I don't think Ryan is interested in killing himself, but I do think he's reaching out for some type of attention, and I think he needs some help.
Absolutely.
I hope whatever it is he's going through, I hope he get it taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard him speak. He's a very intelligent. He's a very intelligent young man. I heard him blaming on the pro-blacks. He wanna. I don't think Ryan gonna hurt. You don't have to prove to nobody you're from the streets. You're not from the streets, so don't try to act like you're from the streets. Every black person ain't from the streets. Every black person ain't hood. Every black person ain't a gangster. So don't let nobody tell you you have to be something. You have to be something you're not. Go out here and throw your life away trying to prove something to some people who really don't give a damn about you. Because if they did, you would be accepted. I'm sorry, you would be respected the way that you are. You're accepted right now because they know they can change you. Well, Ryan, the door has always been open over here. I ain't no therapist. I'm not no licensed therapist. I ain't nothing about that. But you already know we been told you you're welcome. We've been knew that we know you search for attention and you want some good attention. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But right now you're not, all attention ain't good attention. And that is okay as long as you're willing to get some help. But you're gonna have to get some help and talk to people who's okay with you being you. And now you're in the chat, you're still searching for attention, talking about the Shaniquas, better watch out. So now you're in
I thought we all agreed that was some goofy stuff.
Now you're in the chat, threatening to kill, threatening to hurt black women. And I have no idea who people be talking about when they say the op.
Who's talking about that? Who's talking about hurting? I thought we were on healing or something.
I'm talking about what he put in the chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't. Oh,
I have no idea what an op is, right?
I recently did.
An op.
It mean opponent, Bakari.
Yeah, I know. Every time I hear him say op, they only talking about other black people.
Brother Bakari, can I just say this? I do understand, that our people are in pain, our people are, confused, our people are suffering. I do understand the pain. And, for the most part, for me, my heart goes to them and I want to support them as much as I can. But anybody, anywhere, not from Africa to the Caribbean to America, I am not feeling sorry for anybody at all. I am not feeling sorry for, the starving, well, maybe the children, but any adults, I can't sit here and say, oh, you poor, poor dear, you poor lady and poor man. At the end of the day, life is very difficult, but what your principles are, that's what you're going to live by. We have to support each other, but it's like a child when, especially the boys, when a boy hurts his finger and then he sits down and then he looks at all children and then they look around like, am I going to cry? You're going to try to pick up the child. Oh, it's okay. And then if you do that, immediately the child will watch, start crying. But if you tell the child, no, just stand up. If it's an older child, just, rub that off and just be be strong. Don't cry, just every time, or don't lash out just every time, things are difficult. So that trains us, as children and as adults to even though when things are hard, you can reach out, you can try to find people, but just crying about it or trying to hurt somebody, that doesn't help anybody, including yourself. If we're trying to help you and all you want to do is destroy the room or destroy yourself, there's only so much we can do for you. You also have to help yourself at the end of the day. Like the guy who was forgive. Like you said, we can't feel bad for the person who did that if you're not feeling bad for them. We can't forgive somebody if you're not forgiving them. So we can't love and respect you if you don't love and respect yourself.
Yeah. Like I said, he always, I think he needs some attention that he's never gotten. I think he needs some help.
And he does. And like I said, it's not trivializing anybody's pain. A lot of us are in pain, but pain needs healing. It doesn't need, that expression, both inner expression of distraction and outer distraction. That's not the way to deal with pain. If you want to deal with pain, do it by the best way to deal with it is to do something good for somebody. I know it sounds trite and it sounds just, yeah, but sometimes when you do something for somebody, it takes away from, that focusing on yourself all the time, and it actually takes something out of you and give something back to somebody else. And when you do that, sometimes things also come your way, but don't do it just so that something good can happen for you, because that's just, with the gamble and the tithes and all that. So I'm so sorry I got off for the point already again.
Now I'm gonna say this, right, and I don't want to sound rude. Now he in the chat talking about what he gonna do to, he threatening black women, right? So whatever it is Ryan got to do, just let Ryan go ahead and do it. Because right now he's searching for attention, and he's just in there. He's intentionally being disrespectful or talking about doing something to black women. So whatever Ryan is gonna do, let Ryan do it. If he kill himself, come back and tell me how I feel to be dead.
Sorry. See, don't make me laugh at other people's misery. I should have muted the mic.
I'm not saying that to be funny, but you can't deal with somebody when you're trying to talk to them and talk sensible to them. The only thing they want to talk about is hurting somebody black. You can't talk sensible to people like that. I don't have a whole lot of patience for that. So when you're speaking to someone and everyone is trying to be respectful to him and want to talk to him, and he's just talking about all the Shaniquas need to watch out. So why should we, well, I ain't gonna say we, I'm gonna say me. So for me, whatever it is with Ryan. That's what he wants. So he got the attention that he wanted. So now tell me how it is, whatever it is you do, life in prison, just you can tell me, hey yo man, how is it in there, man? Is them how is that chi you're cooking under the light bulb? Taking 3 hours to cook. You understand? So
yes, I understand.
So we can't hold on. Sometimes you just got to let him go, and he want to be let go. Boom! I done let go. No more brother. No more none of that. You understand?
That's your brother, Bakari.
Huh?
That's your brother, Bakari.
No more none of that.
Well, I don't know. I wish him all the best. I hope he doesn't feel slighted in any way. I hope he gets the help that he needs. But it's up to him to decide. I don't think anything that we say will sway him one way or another if he's not willing to. So
Yeah. Bible Drip, you ain't said nothing for a while. You want to get in there, my brother?
No comment.
Bible Drip. Yo, look, let me say this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be real, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he a young brother, and I know and Bakari gonna be mad because I called him a young brother, but I mean a young black man. We can see that he's a young black man. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Bakari. I don't think he's going to, like, because he said before, I'm never coming back to y'all channels again. And then he, you know, he kept coming back. Like, I do think he's out here looking for attention. And I understand, you know, because we are seeking that kind of stuff. But, like, you know, it's like Tanzan and Bakari is saying, you know, like, you can't come on here dissing people, like, because when you came on here, you was like, black women is B's and H's and all of this stuff, and now even now you're still doing the same thing. So how could you expect somebody to be like, oh, we come in here like, oh, well, they don't love me, but then turn around and say, oh, I'm gonna take out these black bees, you know what I'm saying? They're my ops, you know, like that's why I'm like, I
It's like
understand.
this. Sorry, Bakari. I laugh at the most inappropriate time, but you know, it's like complaining. You know, them hoes don't love me though, but you've just gotten around to saying I don't love them hoes. So if you don't love them, are you surprised if they don't love you back?
Exactly.
But we don't not love him. Let me just say that. I'm not saying that.
Right, exactly. And you know, you see you good over here. You see, I'm not gonna block you. You know what I'm saying? And but that's the thing. You can't come on here talking crazy and then expect the people to be like, oh, let me bow down to you and do everything that you say or follow you or not to be on it. And I do think you're trying to be on some rah-rah stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, I mean, like, especially in Connecticut, bro, like, it's far less black people you have to worry about than those people that's up there in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? If you was really about that energy, you would take it to, like you were saying, those other people first, you know what I'm saying? But you know you ain't gonna be able to get away with that. But like, you can't be disrespectful and then expect somebody else to have the utmost respect for you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, like, you definitely need help, but you good, man. Like, people is and I understand there's a cry for help, and sometimes people do stuff for attention and stuff like that. And I'm not going to push you away. I understand you're a young brother, but like, just look how many times, because you was like, yo, I'm never going to change my mind. But look how many times you have changed just in a couple of months that I've known you. You went from I'm a you know, thug to I'm not going to be a thug no more to now you want to kill everybody. But then you'll turn around and be like, oh, I'm never going to change my mind on none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, anyway, yeah. Bakari, you wanted to say something?
Well, you know, I say what I say, you know, I almost tasted death. You know, the bullet missed my spine by less than a quarter of an inch. It's still in me. But I ain't make it. Ryan said he gonna make it. I just want him to come back and tell me how it is. So I know what I need to be prepared for when I make it there. Because when you sit in there and start talking about killing black women, I got 2 daughters. I got a whole lot of female friends. I don't have time for somebody like that nonsense who want attention. And he did what he always do when he come around. The topic end up changing and being about him. That's what always happened, because he's searching for attention. He wants somebody to talk about him. So he got what he wanted.
Yeah. Well, you know, we was gonna close out because I already showed the all the screen shares. So like, but yo, I do wanted to show that too, because like, you know, that unstable mindset, you also see like those are also the same people who come around like, yo, I'm alternative black. Like, see, I understand like we think we should like, but like I think people should see some of this stuff that's in our environment. We can't ignore this stuff. Like, it's kids out here that's like messed up in the head. Like, yo, that drill rap music stuff comes from somewhere. And I'm not trying to say you got to save them. I'm saying like, yo, like, how does the stuff keep developing? You know what I'm saying? And it also shows the mindset of the people who be like, oh, I'm alternative black and all of that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do think all of this stuff is important, that we can't like push stuff under the rug in our community. We got to look at it in the face and actually have conversations with it and deal with it. Because whether I believe he feels that way or not, or whether I believe he's going to kill himself or not, there is a young brother or sister who may or may not listen, that actually feels that way, that may not come on here, that may not try to seek out that attention, that may not try to do all these other things. You know what I'm saying? But what Tanzan said, what you said, Bakari, what Viral Drip said could affect them and be like, man, maybe I should think about it different. Like, maybe I shouldn't think about what other people think about me, because that is a common problem, especially with young people, period, but especially young black people, how other people feel about them. Like Bakari, we'd be like, yo, the one drop rule because somebody else said so. You know what I'm saying? My Mexican baby is black because other Spanish people say so. My biracial baby is black because other white people say so. It's never what we say. It's always our other people's projection of us, and that's just another symbol of that. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. But yo, we gonna go around and I'm gonna let y'all close out, and y'all can take as long as you want.
Well, let me go first then, because they're gonna take a long time.
Nah, they ain't. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna let them go sleep. I ain't got time.
Yeah, we about to get off here. Go ahead, Bakari.
Yeah, look, man, thank you for letting me on your panel, man. I'm sorry I was late to the party. It was good being on here with you, my brother Vi Drip. Tanzan, it was good being on here. And remember, when they say what's up, you don't have to say I am chilling. It's just chilling. You know, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. And peace to everybody in the chat, man. I thank y'all for listening. Hopefully, I said something that that intrigued you. My channel is Brother Bakari. If you hadn't heard of me, you heard of me now. You can go hit the subscribe button and mash that notification bell and come check out some real throwback love. Peace, one love.
All right. And Viral Drips is you ain't really said nothing for a while. So yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, shit. How do I follow that up? I think people need to be careful about what they say online. A couple of months ago, they passed legislation where if you are like, what's the word I'm using? If you encouraging someone to do something like that, they will charge you now. So I'm just, for people in the chat, be careful of what you say in there, because they will come find you and drop some charges on you if you kind of encouraging somebody to do something like that. I definitely think the brother need help. I don't know if he's seeking attention or he really means what he says, but something ain't right there and he needs some counseling. You know, maybe not even counseling, maybe just a family member to talk with him. Find a older uncle or older cousin, somebody to talk to, because the things he's saying, it's a problem. And you definitely got a problem if you're talking about hurting sisters or somebody that looks like you. That's the last thing we need. We already got enough problems with the Caucasians killing us, so we don't need somebody else out here adding to the problem. You know, suicide? No, that's never the way. Hurting your own people, that's not the way, man. I don't know what you got going on, but you need some help. Thank you, Forecast, for letting me up on your show. Always a pleasure. Brother Bacardi, much love. Tanzam, that was my first time being up with you. I'd like to talk to you a little more about where you're from and about how's life in your area, but that's another time, another show. Say good night to everybody, and we need to try to love each other. That's
right,
it.
yeah.
Good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
Shout out Viral Drip, yeah. And Tanzan, yo, you the truth, Tanzan. I appreciate you coming on the show. You be dropping knowledge, so I appreciate you and much respect to you. I'm gonna have to get you to like be in the chat just in case somebody else crazy come up, so you can shut that down too. No, I'm just joking, but yeah, go ahead, close out, Tanzan.
Yes, thank you. It seems I thought today was going to be a reasonable, rational, quiet discussion, especially when I saw Brother Bakari, and I had good to meet you, Brother Viral Drip. Oh, you're just trying to make me twist my tongue all over. So yes, it was an honor and a pleasure being on the panel with you. I was on the other one with Brother Forecast, and yeah, I'm sorry we didn't get to the topic at hand, but that's just how it goes. So thank you. You might catch me on one of them one of these days, but thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. And when Viral Drip and when you get your channel together, in Tanzania, you get your channel together, I'm gonna be the first to subscribe to y'all. And shout out to Bakari and everybody that came on. even the young brother, everybody in the chat, Raw, Light Bearer, Time to Work. And, yo, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh,
You too.
and I just read the chat. Sorry to interrupt you, Brother Focused.
Okay.
And let me just repeat what Brother Time, I hope he's a brother or a sister, Time to Work said, we are not encouraging that man to harm himself or anyone else. So yes, let's emphasize that, you know, as a group, in case someone listens to this later on, we really are not encouraging him to harm himself or anyone else, and we don't encourage anybody to do the same. Thank you.
Yeah, facts. I need to make you a co-host. Yeah, like put that disclaimer out there. And yo, Seymour, yo, I appreciate it, my brother. Yo, you've been there since day one, my brother. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? And Erica Howard, you already know. I hope you make a lot of money tomorrow. Raw is my sister, and I gotta say at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like the last show, like Tanzan too, in Raw, because Raw was the only one who knew better than to get off that chat. You know what I'm saying? We all should have got off that show. You know what I'm saying? And when I do shows like when I have been, when we talking about what's going on in the tech field, even if you know what's going on in the tech field or not, you know, like that's just shows like that can show you where to put your money in the future. But people don't want to hear stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? Like they are the only ones who understood. So that wasn't for y'all. But like, yeah, man, we're gonna get back to more common sense stuff. And like, yeah, even this though, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind when he come on that, like I don't even know if he meant to disrupt the show or not. You know what I'm saying? It may have been his goal to do that, but you know, like I said, we would have just closed out if he didn't come on. But I do think those are important topics, and all of these topics can be used. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should let somebody come in and like derail your show if it's just gonna be for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It should be a reason for everything, you know. So I definitely got a shout out to all of y'all. And like I said, man, like don't be tripping. Don't let nobody else get you out of your character. One thing Black people have to learn is that we have the ability to control our own destiny. Self-determination is a part of self-autonomy, and that should be the goal for us, you know, at the end of the day. And it may take a long time. And yeah, Time to Work, that's my brother. That's a brother. Time to Work is definitely my brother. And he been here since day one too, you know. So I got to shout out to all of my people that showed me so much love, and all the new people that I'm meeting, you know. And you know, like I said, if we focus on the positive people, like just the people here in this group, you know what I'm saying? If we put our efforts together, you know what I'm saying, even have group meetings that's not online to discuss things, you know what I'm saying, where we can build or put ideas together or do certain things, you know, just us working together. We don't have to worry about the people that's not with it, or the crazy people, or the people that want to distract you. Just us alone is enough to build something, you know what I'm saying? And instead of talking about it, you know what I'm saying, it's time to be about it. It's time to stop getting that. It's time to get that fear out of our heart. And you know what? At the end of the day, with the story, right, with the alligators and the crocodiles, the alligators got to keep their name. You know what I'm saying? The crocodiles got to keep their name. And even though they've been around for 200 million years and they was the dinosaurs, you know what I'm saying, they still are an endangered species today, you know what I'm saying, because they got to keep who they are instead of adapt to how the world works, you know. So Time to Work, Viral Drip, y'all got any last words?
Oh, go ahead, Viral. I think I've said everything. It's been an honor and a pleasure, and yes.
No, I'm good. You can go ahead and close out, bro.
All right. So yeah, thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, and always know I got love for y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channel. I'm gonna try to have a live premiere coming up on my own channel in like another like 15 minutes. So if anybody's still up, you can watch that. I'm gonna be in there. So I'll put it in the chat. But so matter of fact, hold on, let me do that real quick. I should have probably had it already ready to go.
Yo, Fo, check out
Yeah.
the private chat real quick before you end it.
Okay. And I'm not sure if it's even gonna work because it's not uploading right. All right, let me see. Yo, what about the private chat?
Oh, I just left you a message in there real quick before you get off.
Okay, I ain't see it. I don't see it. Oh, you said. Okay, I got you. And this is gonna be the link to the video. I'm not sure if it's even gonna upload on time, but this is the link to the live premiere coming up. But like I said, man, as always, man, we have got to start. Okay, yeah. Okay, it just popped up, Bauer Drip. All right, so as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.